Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I don't know what Jay
Hi.
just did, but he
Jay
sounded
just
like he.
scrambled out of the room as soon as what?
We have a 30
Yeah,
second
just
timer and I
started the
wanted a
timer.
snack.
The 30-second timer goes, and we just hear.
No, that is putting it mildly. It was like full-on earthquake.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Alright, so
Thank you.
previously on Ace Attorney, Pearl Fay broke the land speed record.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's-
Oh yeah, the comic.
Yeah,
Pearl
she
the
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
I
sprinted
hate that
from
hedgehog.
Corain Village to the courtroom. Yeah, we should share that comic with the rest of them. I found this really funny comic. I think someone shared it on Tumblr about Pearl going at supersonic speeds from Corain to the city where the courtroom is, and getting
With
chased
Eggman
by
in pursuit.
with Eggman in pursuit.
All right, your explanation, please.
Oh yeah, something happened last week, and now we're gonna get an explanation.
Yes, we're gonna hear about the folding screen. It's the folding
The
screen.
folding screen.
Yeah,
Are these two really that clueless?
You picked something, and then it was right.
Well, the bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen.
Oh, it was disgruntled. That was it disgruntled that shared it? Thank you. On
Ah,
Tumblr.
great.
Alright.
It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
I'm guessing we're saying that she was like pretty close to the screen.
Yeah,
probably.
it was more that she didn't push him down because he couldn't shot upwards. He
Yeah,
had to shoot downwards to be able to hit that low on the screen.
we intentionally left off with this this explanation so that we would know what was going on when we
Yeah.
came back.
That was a smart move.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
quiet.
Sappy man
Here
is
we go.
quiet.
Sat man is quiet.
Well, too
quiet.
bad.
Turn him up.
Why am I not quiet?
Become not quiet.
Impossible.
Wow.
I'll turn you up a little. Okay, you're probably...
Wow.
Okay, that's enough. All right, so I guess if she was sitting on like the right side, kind of in the middle, like in the middle, not like in the center of the cross, but like on the right side of the cross between the middle vertical line and the other vertical line, and he was,
Yeah.
you know, on the other side of that.
I think Phoenix is gonna
But-
explain though.
But the
Yeah,
main point is that she was down the ground while he was upstanding instead of what they were arguing, which was the opposite.
Yeah,
Also-
basically for the bullet hole to be that low to the ground, he would have had to shot at a downward angle, meaning that she
Also,
was
can
lower
you-
than him.
Can you full screen again?
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's right.
Anyways, order! This changes everything.
Please look at this diagram of the crime scene, please.
Just did.
The victim, the victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot.
Look, I like to figure things out before the game inevitably explains them to me. Oh, and
And the
there's
bullet
the
this folding
705
screen.
train.
There it is! It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area.
Probably.
Right around there.
Take that. Somewhere around here.
I think you need to be closer to this folding screen.
Uh-oh. The judge's face is scrunched like he just smelled some serious bad breath. That is, I mean...
Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah, right.
In the meantime, I want you to think through things through again, Mr. Wright.
Oh!
Damn.
Of course. Oops. What's done is done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. At this time, the defendant was in this area.
Wait, then where was she? It's
Bottom
not-
right corner
yeah,
of the
Very
the
close to
carpet.
it.
Yeah,
Like here?
I'd go
Or
closer.
like-
maybe.
Yeah,
Like on the circle?
right in front of it.
Like here?
Yeah, that's where I'd go. Around there.
What do the circles represent? I'm not very clear on what
Pillars.
those are.
Candles? Yeah. Somewhere around here.
Do they mean on the other side of it, maybe?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
They did mention that it was a very good hiding spot earlier. Unless if that was just
Oh.
commentary that I said. I don't actually remember now.
Unless, are you saying that maybe she was behind here?
Yeah, maybe.
Here!
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, that's promising.
No. Well, behind the folding screen?
The victim and his attacker were fighting, were they not? I need to remember how to do this voice now. Then what would the
Deutsch.
attacker be doing all the way back there?
I sit there back there, yeah.
The weapons it chains.
Besides which, if the attacker was behind the folding screen, then how could the victim even know where to shoot? It's obviously impossible.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess so.
Mr. Right!
Wait,
Oh,
no,
that
you
was
can't.
wrong.
Yeah,
Boy,
I think the chat maybe wants it to be right in front of him instead then.
Did I just screw up royally? What's
Wait,
done is
really?
done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was.
Well, it's weird that they had like unique dialogue for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
I think they mean just in front of him, like the victim.
like because they were supposed to be like
Yeah, I was
fighting up
already-
close.
He already
right?
tried
but
that though.
that's
I
too
would have
far
said
away,
just
I
like the
think.
bottom left or bottom right quadrant of this.
Yeah,
grid.
that's probably where it is at this point. Uh-oh. Somewhere around here.
Okay, you know what?
Nah. Just load.
That's a good call, but where? 'Cause the whole thing was that there was no gun powder residue on the hole in the sleeve, right?
Right,
They weren't
that's
actually
true.
close
Right.
together.
That makes sense.
So
Yeah, so they'd be
that
far
would
apart.
mean- But there were two shots, so we don't know which of the shots was the sleeve hit and the which
Maybe like
folded
in here, but like kind of in between. Like if I draw a line from the bullet
Sure,
hole
right
to
there. Right there, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's what I would have said.
Somewhere around here!
No.
Seriously?
Okay,
Uh-oh.
what the hell?
Hmm.
Wait.
All right, we need to do click-based adventure. Click on everything.
I see Ark is already typing it up.
What if
I mean,
did
if we
the
guess
thing
enough times, we can get
where
it
I
without a
say
walkthrough.
that Maya
True.
was here?
Sitting on his shoulders.
Okay, and
No.
We've forgotten something important about the whole situation. Because
I don't
okay,
think
so they were talking about that they were fighting, and at some point Maya pushed him back. Is what they were trying to say.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so where would she have pushed him back from? Could be anywhere, really. So
Unless.
we already tried in
Maybe-
front of the
maybe
folding
she was-
screen too, Umbra.
I think they mean on.
Okay, I have the answer now.
Maya was the folding screen. She channeled the
Oh.
folding screen and her body transformed.
That makes a
Okay,
lot of
this
sense.
is kind of crazy, but maybe behind where the victim is? Because what if the
I don't
victim was actually behind the folding screen at the time they shot? That is.
So you mean like on
I-
the far left?
Maybe. I'm crazy.
But the thing is, he needs to shoot to the sleeve too.
Well,
Well,
do we
okay.
know if they were
Here's
the
what I'm
same
thinking
hole?
in my head. So at some point, the dude who died was hidden behind the screen, and he actually shot from behind the screen.
But we tried behind the screen.
No, but I'm
We-
saying
yeah.
Maya would be on the left side of the room then if the victim.
I already tried putting Maya here.
But what if it was more left?
Yeah, more to the left. I don't know, man. We're running out of options here, and I'm just trying to think of shit.
I still think she might be on the folding screen, like pushed back into it.
Could she be like in front of the folding screen, but in front of the shrine with the little circle in it? That, like,
We
box
tried
in the
that.
middle right?
You're thinking like here?
No, I mean like up, like basically
Oh.
right
Oh.
from the line and going across the box. Yeah, there.
Why?
But-
But
Well,
That's
because I would
right.
imagine.
We're
where
saying
was her
that
starting position?
the bullet. Okay, so Gray was here, and we're saying he shot a bullet
Yeah? Yes.
this direction through here, and
Yes. After he
hit
was
both-
stabbed and bleeding out.
no, we're saying
No?
that he shot first.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to
Because
argue.
the prosecution is saying that he was stabbed first and then shot after he had been stabbed, and then Maya took the gun and shot him. We're saying no, that's no. We're saying that he shot first.
Okay.
And so we have to say where Maya was, that it could have hit her sleeve and the folding
Well,
screen here.
So say before the situation started, where was Maya? Would she be like where
She'd
the
be
V
directly
is
to the
on
right.
the other side?
Yeah, directly.
She was standing here near the folding
Come on.
screen.
Oh,
we
come
we just
on.
didn't click close enough to it.
Lord.
But wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that?
Bad.
Sorry, I dropped my controller.
Oh, no hole? No
Isn't it
residue?
possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
And now
Nah.
we're gun residue.
That's impossible.
But why?
You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Ah!
Even though it smells of gunpowder. Nah.
Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You...
I believe it has now been proven that defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
Perhaps give me just a moment to change volume levels. Okay, there we go.
What's the situation?
Defendant situation that she shot and killed him?
They're trying to say that she did it in like self-defense, but like she might have been the victim in this. Is what might be our position.
Yeah, because
Oh.
we already said we're not going to accept a self-defense plea.
So we have to change the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to say that Maya in no way shot and killed Dr. Gray.
Makes sense to me.
Gray, Sam, Adamy. No.
Changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything! The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen.
That's right. Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be at the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense.
Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Gumshoe, please. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the bleh.
What now?
Blast radius of disaster.
You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
I don't like when you compliment me.
To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had such a tough time with you. You amuse me.
All the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile?
Detective. How dare you damage my perfect logic?
How is this my fault?
You can start repairing your standing by first removing that third strand goatee.
But it's part of his personality.
I worked really hard on this.
Really?
Yes.
He can't go very well.
Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later.
There's more than 3 hairs there.
Why do I look excited for this?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Dick?
Punishment.
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Ass face.
Next witness. That's gotta be Lotta. Or me. Could be me.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
What if Von Karma calls us to the stand? What do we do?
Nod and smile.
I don't know.
How do I object to myself?
By Chalamon Nick.
Yes, save.
Yeah, of
Okay,
course
so
wanna
we could have
save
gone a
you.
little bit farther.
Well,
We never know.
we never
yeah,
know.
you never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to call Arc Challenger approaching to the stand.
You'll never take me alive. It's June. Phew, that was a close one.
Why do you keep saying it's June?
Because it's June.
I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I can feel the death penalty hanging in the air.
Ooh, okay. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself, though.
Phoenix calls his own bluff and then proceeds to bluff his way out.
But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Thanks. Wait, tricked? I didn't trick.
That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right?
Lying.
By the way, is the next witness who I think it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart.
Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sis's ghosts will come after you and haunt you.
Aww.
Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia?
Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. And she was also Nick's teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Guess what? It's June.
It is?
Always has been.
Despite everything, it's still June.
Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ah!
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling.
Hi, Lotta.
Hey, y'all!
Witness, your name and occupation, if you please.
Hey, Phoenix! How you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this. I didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Wait, yowza!
Name and occupation.
I do declare, what in tarnation?
Right?
Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Why?
That's fine! That ain't fine, that's a whip!
There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet.
You had your chance. No more.
The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay?
No, Judge. No.
Only the doctor and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then, bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim, the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. No one else in the room besides those two.
And did you take a picture of the murder scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me.
Reckon course. It's short for you reckon, of course I did. Yeah.
Doesn't look like I care. Just hurry up and show your picture to the court.
The moment of truth. What will be in that picture?
Let's see here. Ah, this here's the picture.
Oh.
Tall.
Tall.
What?
Right, It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Got that. Ours now.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me.
Look at the picture, right? You're delusional.
If I'm delusional and I win, am I still delusional?
Yes!
Alright.
Oh, that... Was it really only those two that went in? Was it really? Ah!
What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not?
I'm a witness.
Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them?
Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room.
Hold on. We can have the defense testify against its own client.
Anyway, folks, the only two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear?
But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue.
Okay, the song before.
Oh, that... Was it really a gunshot?
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Maybe I will. The prosecution calls Phoenix Wright to the stand. Objection. Over.
Yes,
this.
I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot.
Objection.
And
Take
why
this.
won't
Hold
the
it.
defense testify.
And the world becomes just a little crueler.
I could go for a crueler right now.
Ooh.
A little crueler.
Yeah.
I heard the gunshot a long time ago, so I know. Oh, I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I'll tell you, that was a gunshot I heard.
Hey?
Yeah.
Now this is where the story heats up.
How about a hold it? Oh, that... So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down?
Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you just tell us what happened then?
This Mr. Lawyer must be pretty strong.
Yeah,
Please
Mr.
testify
Montgomery.
to the strength and dashing handsomeness of this Mr. Lawyer.
Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down. It was me. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would like to see.
The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign.
Break down the courtroom doors, Phoenix.
And?
Okay.
Chat.
What did you see once you broke in?
Arc chat.
No. I heard that Phoenix Wright has a six-pack. That Phoenix Wright is shredded.
I submit to the court for evidence. Takes off shirt.
Flexes. Hold it. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lotta seems awfully confident in her testimony. Lotta, please think back to the day one more time.
No guns allowed in court, Mr. Wright.
No, sorry about that.
What you getting at?
Remember what you said when we broke into the room?
I was murdered.
Click. Neat.
Lotta, at a time like this,
Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya?
when you saw the murderer at the time, You couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct?
Yeah, well, you see...
Zappy?
See him? See him?
Zappy?
Zap.
Oh, I thought I was unmuted and I muted myself.
Mhm.
Order! Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony.
Sorry, y'all.
Good. This shifts things back to my side.
For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
Can you pardon me for just, like, less than 1 minute?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
So there I was, at the end
Uh-huh.
of the hallway,
Uh-huh.
looking out the window down at the land, and I said, "Why am I up here?"
That's a great question. What are you talking about?
I'm confused.
I thought I had a story, and then I realized that was the wrong one.
Oh, that's okay.
Well,
What? Huh?
yeah.
How
Well,
that
I was
the
going to bring up
wrong
a
one?
story about how college dorms used to have a lot of telephones at the end of hallways for people to share. That's not really a thing anymore. And then I
Our
realized
college
that wasn't.
dorms?
No, that's when I got confused. I was at my
Oh.
sister's college when she went to
Oh.
college 10 more years before I did. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, and then I saw the thing at the no,
Oh.
sorry, that wasn't there.
I am back.
No.
Hello!
Oh, he's back.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
When they entered,
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was mine that went in.
It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
No. No.
Looks at wrist.
At wrist?
I can't see if she has like a bangle on her wrist or anything.
Exactly.
Rats, I'm trapped like one again.
Alright. No one else is in the room.
How about I hold it? Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure
Huh?
I am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch.
I
Does
usually
she
has that
mean,
wristband, okay.
she mean Morgan Fey?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it.
The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about,
Under the
well,
flooring, behind the door, behind the folding screen.
Behind the folding screen.
Did
Would
you
you
check
believe-
back behind the then folding screen?
Would you believe under the piano?
No. What about back there, though? Did you check?
We're at given.
Wait, what in the, what?
Right given, you know, you reckon that's a given. I took me a good look around our room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Rick Given, I have a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying things such as Rick.
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you?
Now
I
the two
don't like
youths.
slang in my courthouse.
Deal with it, Your Honor. Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with her testimony.
Now, did you see the two Utes?
I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth.
Enough! It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant.
Did
What am I
we
gonna
bother the
do?
two pictures?
If I just let this go.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you had something to say.
If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in the photo?
It's not. That's not. Do I have any evidence? I have my badge. I have a newspaper, a map, Magatama.
A what?
Mia chunk or Maya
Mia
chunk.
chunk. My chunk.
Oh, right. Yeah. Maya chunk.
Prompt.
Super good.
Hmm?
So, does the Maya
Autopsy.
chunk help? Like, that's supposed to be Maya. So, maybe if you look at the picture,
Maya's
there's no
and Grace
necklace?
fingerprints.
Well, if we could see her front, maybe we could use that.
And we didn't get the necklace until way after the trial.
Yeah, we can't see her fronts. We
Yeah.
can't see if there's blood. We can't see if there's the Maya chunk.
Is the wrong gun? There
It's-
is
I'm
gun.
pretty sure that's the right gun. It's gotta
Okay.
be.
But is she holding it in the correct hand?
They do lefty righties a lot.
Yeah, they just did that. I don't think they've ever specified hands. I don't think it matters.
Doesn't matter.
You know what's bothering me?
The
Is that
key?
Pearl had this key.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be only one key.
Yeah, there's supposed to only be one key, and Maya was supposed to have had it, but then we found that Pearl had it. Like,
So
we
then
got it from
how was
Pearl.
the door locked? It would not have been locked.
Yeah, like, what happened with this key? I don't know if we can, like,
Yeah,
go into
'cause
that line of questioning
the-
yet, but...
Grumpy Lady at some point said like, "Oh, there's one thing before you smash in the door," and then they never elaborated on what that was. And I'm waiting for the reveal.
Like, is this one of the things where I have to say I can't present anything yet because I won't get it until later, or should I just present evidence?
I don't think we
I don't
have
know.
anything right
Good
now.
question.
Maybe a profile.
How do you think? Okay. Resident suspicion of Moida.
Like, I don't think we can really show that it's not my with just her.
Do we have a profile for the victim? Yeah, okay, right there. What if the guy on the
Yeah, for the
floor
victim?
isn't the guy? Like, what if there's like a second Turner Gray?
Pretty sure it's the guy.
Okay.
What if Mr. Gray is the real true villain of this case?
Yeah.
It's Gardner Trey.
Meaning age deceased.
There are only ladies in this chapter, except Gray.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
And
dead.
he's dead.
And
Yep.
Gumshoe, but he's alive.
He's a constant.
He's come true.
Looks like a
I
good
don't
look at
know.
this. That's Def Gray on the ground.
Hmm.
She seems tall and skinny, but, you know, channeling.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
We know
Mia.
they change. Does the hand position in the, behind the back look weird to anybody, or just me?
Like, obviously,
It's
this is weird
Yamcha.
because she's on the other
Wait,
side
hold
from
on,
where we
hold
think
on.
she should be. Wait.
There's something in front of where the bullet hole in the screen should be.
Oh, yeah?
Does that have anything to do with it?
that is true.
Probably
Like-
not. Holy.
The pot, the plant,
Wait.
the position, the dancing. the
Would his
that.
chalk outline be a gray area? I think it has to be now that you've said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Lower bit of the left sleeve.
Would have a hole in it. Yes. Does it have a hole? Can we see?
Oh, it's hard to tell.
See if there's an arm in that one at all? Well, it's a pretty loose sleeve. No, it's longer. Look how long down that is. Is there an arm in that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it
it's
is.
a long floppy.
I think her
sleeve.
arm is down though.
Oh, because
Yeah,
her
her
arm
arm's
is bent
down.
on the right and it lifted up. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, her arm is like hanging, left arm's hanging to the side.
What's on the back of her head? Is that just how her hair works? Like there's that
Yeah.
weird
Yes,
band
that's
from
her
ear
hair.
to ear.
Yeah.
It looks like she's like a toy figure of Maya, and the hair. Is
Oh yeah.
detachable,
I see
And
what
then
you
you
mean.
would attach it back on there, like that one guy who eats cereal with the Miku hair.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, if we
I
had a
do
better
not know
look
what
at...
you're referring to, actually.
I need
Oh.
to see this now.
I will go find it later.
She's got like
Yeah.
inkling hair in the back because it's all just one solid thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway.
I don't think we have
rubbery
anything.
material.
Yeah, if we had a better look at the left sleeve, then it definitely would be that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try it, but maybe we don't have anything.
I would try it first. You just saved, right?
Yeah, I just saved. Smack.
Your Honor,
Mr. Wright,
it is possible that the person in this photo is not the defendant.
What? Do you know what you are proposing?
Yeah, well, that's just plain fool's talk.
Thanks, guys. Your show of support was just great.
Oh, she's quiet.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show the court some proof. Prove to this court that the person in this photo is not Maya Fey.
Boy, I'm looking forward to getting this right and just having her completely off the hook. Short trial.
Yeah.
Take that.
The music stops.
It worked.
Here is your proof.
Oh, she had that objection locked and loaded.
Is there a problem?
Oh no. I thought I would work on my inflections. Just wondering what an objection with a twist of "you're wrong" sounds like.
Sarvasha Caballo.
What?
I'm sorry, but I don't follow your logic, Mr. Wright.
I can explain.
What? The music
Shoot,
actually lied to us.
I wasn't showing enough confidence. They knew that people were waiting for that. They knew.
Dang it.
That's actually funny.
Come on.
Should I give up?
I
give
think you
up?
should give up. Well, Mr. Wright, are you giving up yet?
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove the point that this is not Maya Fey.
I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
Yet.
That's enough.
Is this it? Is this all I could do?
Time
Oh, are
for
we
no
done?
decisive evidence in the final 5 seconds of this trial right here.
Yep.
I think it's quite obvious to this court that the verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you. Totally 100% impossible.
Ms. Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. The defense.
Phoenix.
Can't see the face.
You can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
Mia.
I think
Okay.
it still be you.
Yeah,
No, this is a thing.
it's a thing.
Yeah, Jay, this is a thing now. Don't worry.
She just doubled in height. This cannot be good for her bow.
Jay,
Doubled.
Jay,
That's
I
gotta be like
think
at
she
least
like
3.
quadrupled.
Maybe, yeah.
Hey. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say?
But pearls.
Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go.
I'm surprised they actually fit.
But how? She's already taken away every advantage.
Yeah, they're very loose.
Yeah. But still, tiny child.
The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully. One more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Oh yeah.
Dr. Gray!
Maya said that she had a dream which should be impossible if she was channeling.
Yes.
Right.
Click.
I was murdered.
What? Not at a time like this.
Sounds like this is the perfect snapping up shot. You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Question Mata one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Also, has no one else in the courtroom noticed this?
No.
Nah.
Nope. I didn't realize when Maya did it.
Now then, this court would like to cross-examine. Oh my God, what happened to that child? Anyways, let's cross-examine this period. Close the cross-examination.
Please wait, Your Honor!
Why?
The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled.
Oh.
Shit.
I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any other
It's fine. Allow another testimony.
Thanks for being a G?
Avant Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have some place I must go after this. Ow.
That's the line.
Below it.
Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony.
Well, heck. What am I supposed to talk about?
Well, please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber.
Okay, you got it. See, you got through the judge. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right?
Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him.
Alright. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't get a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
You shot Maya?
Ah, shit, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections.
Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting.
All right. Hold it! So, what did she look like, huh?
You know, she looked almost like a different person.
A different person?
She may have seemed like a different person. However, she was still Maya Fey.
You do not get to write the legal rules of how channeling works.
We have already made that point abundantly clear.
Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else?
I guess Karma might be saying it doesn't matter what she looked like since only she was the only other person in the room.
I will be right back.
Okay.
It'll be like a minute.
Okay. Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all.
Aha!
Eh? Well, I reckon that's possible.
Oh, that's an objection. Jay, you're Francisca.
Congratulations.
If the body inside the room was not that of Dr. Gray,
Yeah.
then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you foolish fool who is foolish?
I'll take it.
Good.
Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ah! You got it.
Foolish fool spending foolish foolishness. This is I expected. It's a foolish fool such as you. If that was the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead.
Yeah.
And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sorry, Maya.
Yeah, you should be.
Are y'all done here? Can I continue?
Continue.
Now, accents are hard.
They are very hard. I'm doing my best.
Oh my goodness. And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer? What's wrong with you?
That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's
turn.
gonna get the dirt on this. Oh, hi, hello.
Lunar, you
Place.
put us with Jay.
Listen, I did what I could, okay? It's fine.
My accent's
gal-
not that great either. Don't worry about it.
It was better than mine.
However, he did get the fullest to the full line from you.
Yeah. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on.
She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers.
Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change?
Well, would it, Mr. Wright?
Nobody asked you, Judge. Nice. Tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. What?
Phoenix, come on. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I bumped the control stick. Hang on, I gotta find it at all costs. Yeah, I bumped the control stick, so I'm gonna have to go back to that. So manage to point the camera and then take a shot.
Hold it. 2, right?
To what?
2 shots. You took 2 shots.
I called it. But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Bam! Miss Hart, where is the other picture you have been withholding?
Didn't she withhold a picture last time too?
I think
Last
she
time
did,
she
yeah.
was in a case.
Yeah.
No, you've got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself.
Then why do you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
What?
Someone's been withholding evidence.
You!
Evidently.
Every prosecutor has done this so far.
Someone's getting... What's it called?
Murdered.
No, not that.
Oh, sorry.
A strike?
Some-
Someone's getting a strike? Or
Well,
a
a
penalty?
public court or whatever it's called. The actual legal word for it.
Uh,
Anyways, you're hiding critical evidence. Held in contempt of court.
Unforgivable Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father and Edgeworth and I think maybe
should I
Payne do
confront
that.
Francisca? Or should I leave it
Confront
with
her.
Prosecutor.
Or that.
Leave it to the judge.
I wonder, why are you doing that? Can you do me a favor?
Huh.
Can you lower Ark's volume by like 5? He's
Am I loud?
peeking on the
Yeah,
stream.
he's a
am I?
little loud.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh yeah, wow, you're all the way up.
Why you do this? Okay,
Okay.
we're good now.
Maybe that'll be better. Wait, what's the levels on everyone else?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Beep
I
beep.
was apparently quiet
Bop.
before. Bop
Beep,
boop,
beep.
bop.
Beep, beep.
Beep 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 beep
Right up.
beep beep.
Skip
I
it
don't
up,
want our heads light up.
Boo up,
Ba-da,
bop.
ba-doo,
Ba-doo.
boo up.
ba-ba-doo,
Beep it up.
ba-ba-doo.
Screw up
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do.
Okay.
All right.
How many
So should I
people
leave this to
wanted
judge
do
or
that?
confront her myself?
Leave it to the judge.
Confront
Yeah,
her.
Oh, we have a split jury here.
Confront.
Okay.
Jay,
What?
which one do we pick?
Well, you think I was paying attention?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll confront her. I feel
Your
like
Honor, the
leaving-
defense. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I feel like maybe it'd be funnier to have the judge chew her out, but we'll see.
Your Honor, the defense asked that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court.
I vote confront the judge.
Well, yeah.
Me in contempt of court?
What could she have
You
done?
can't be serious.
But you had hidden evidence from the court on purpose. That's not
contemptible.
fair.
That's contemptible.
Phoenix, you're looking for perjury.
Rated M
Phoenix?
for meanies.
Are you a lawyer or a school child?
Yes.
I was so angry I lost my composure.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself before this court?
I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all.
How could you think?
The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second?
Is this one gonna clearly show the sleeve?
I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence.
More trouble than it's worth. How can you say that?
If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it.
See, that wasn't hard.
That wasn't so hard, was it, Von Karma?
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Wow.
no difference.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely
no
no
difference
reason
between the
at
two
all.
photos at all.
None at all.
Wait,
Yes, Gray?
but
Jay, don't worry about it.
What?
but she's got the crazy eyes.
Well, possession.
Yeah,
But
yeah, she looks a bit like this, doesn't she?
yeah.
Yeah.
Constant. Oh,
That's
wait,
who she was
possession.
channeling.
wait a minute.
What?
Is she
That's who
gonna
she's
wait a
channeling.
minute? Wait a minute. No. Oh my god, no. That'd be so dumb. That'd be dumb. No,
What?
can't-
What?
No.
What?
I wait.
Voice
I
it.
wait.
Okay.
But yeah, this clearly shows that the robe doesn't have a bullet hole in it.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
New. What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important point here is that the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this?
I think it means that this is definitely not Maya Fey, and that the whole shape-shifting transformation thing is total rubbish. Mia, get underneath the desk right now.
Right now.
Crab dropped real good.
This might be the break I was looking for.
I'm 8.
Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this photo is not Maya?
Drop the issue because we know that it isn't.
We could
I mean,
go on
well, yeah,
with
we can
it.
say it's not Maya because the bullet hole isn't there.
Yeah. We have like conclusive evidence. Shoot the man with the evidence.
Your Honor. As you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey.
Yes, I can see that. It's not just her face, her whole body is taking on a different appearance.
Which is impossible.
There is only one conclusion that can be drawn. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant.
Order! Well, yes, I believe you're correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the challenge chamber was not Maya Fey.
Mia, we did it! We did it!
Yay!
It's gonna work!
Look, Mia! We did it,
We won the
Mia,
case!
Mia, I rescued your sister! I did so good, didn't I?
You can transform
my
back into
cat
Pearl
better.
now in front of everyone.
Mia, tell me you're proud.
You're too soft. You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix.
Oh,
How soft are
Take a look at. They're incredibly large. Take a look
What
at
are-
Prosecutor Von Karma's face.
eh. She's smiling.
I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
No! Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. Ow,
Yesterday?
come on. This was taken yesterday at the detention center, or the detention center's visitors' room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit.
Maya Fey? What? Is this totally a different person?
Hey.
Who was it she smacked?
She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
Can't they just channel Gray Turner? Or yeah, whatever. It's
Probably
unbelievable
lied.
that
It
she
was-
can.
There is a case where they tried to do that, and it's called the DL6 incident.
And it didn't
Yeah,
work
but
out
they
very
could
well
try-
for them.
But they could try
DL6
again.
incident. Looks off into the
Yet-
middle distance. The DL6 incident.
Yet
Thank you
it
for
is
the
the
music.
truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling.
Colding?
Calling.
Miss Von Karma. A word, if I may.
Who are you?
So, if she is gonna say, oh yeah, they physically change when they're channeling, can't we just shoot back with, and they lose control of their body? Like, the spirit is the one controlling them, so they are not liable for anything their body does.
Yeah,
But
but then
the
Von
way
Karma would be like, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, well, too bad.
It's
Maybe
not
I should
how
have
it
done a
works.
little more research.
Nope.
Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that this picture can't be submitted as evidence.
Obviously, I know this picture is illegal.
Contempt of court!
But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place.
What is she? What?
From the moment I showed the picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind.
Well, time to stop, Judge.
This is garbage.
Oh, when did I get here? Oh, hello.
I don't have even a single witty line. Not even one.
It looks like we've been had.
God damn it. And with your determination.
No, I'm not gonna take him.
Yeah.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me.
2 battery slots.
Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya this time?
I can prove it.
Bullet hole.
Your Honor.
Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
A contradiction?
So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep.
If you're any good at your job, you would have noticed it too. Although, I'm sure she did, and that's why she was trying to cover it up.
That's why she didn't submit it.
The left,
Yeah.
right?
It's that right sleeve, yes.
Yeah, I
Correct.
think so.
Please direct your attention here.
Oh my god.
To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing.
Should be there. Ah!
Oh, she didn't know.
There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Like, I wonder if she actually thought it was so inconsequential to not show the other picture because of she didn't notice the bullet hole.
She didn't notice it, so yeah, maybe she really did feel that way.
Or maybe her whole plan with that was the whole trap with the other photo and the channeling stuff
Yeah.
to make us look bad.
That too. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Oh!
3 battery bars!
It's just me, boo. Alright, this should do some major damage to her argument.
Don't celebrate yet.
I want it. You like to bring down the mood, don't you?
Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face.
That's the only one I got.
Ah, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again.
Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And
Passing
what
the buck.
incompetent fools?
I'm
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have shown that this picture was of any value to this case.
I see.
We did kind of discover the bullet hole ourselves during this case.
I mean, she definitely knew. She definitely knew about the bullet hole. And
I mean,
was
she
just trying
definitely
to
knew
cover
about it,
up.
but nobody can prove
Yeah.
that.
She definitely knew. That woman knew everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything!
But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think?
Your Honor, no need to worry. You need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming.
Eh?
I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion.
At this point, he's paying the department to be
To
employed.
work there.
Yeah. Poor Gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem.
Nobody knows the money I don't have. Nobody knows my poverty.
Oh my god.
Oh, oh
Go
no! We should hire him.
Where will
Just like as a-
my
as a
lunch
PI
be
or a-
coming
as an
from?
But the defendant
Gumshoe
was
is our
taken
new-
into custody.
Gumshoe is our new secretary.
But the defendant
you
was
can't
taken
give
into
him a call.
custody. Her costume had a bullet hole in the sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Loda, you've gotten to this one shot, alright?
Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor! There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction.
Picture's a fake. Bullet hole with me later. The shooter is someone else.
The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether.
What?
Say what?
Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow!
Ow! Why me?
The defense's argument is completely a mess.
A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us.
Hey, witness,
Hey, what? Huh? What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal for a favor?
Yes.
be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room.
Well, you know.
If you were lying, I swear by my word, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you ever see.
Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say I swear I wasn't lying to nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest.
You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman come from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Do you need a shoulder to cry on?
No.
Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
Third,
That's right.
Joe.
Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Come on. You can't fall apart here, Phoenix, right?
I can't believe that even me is calling me by my full name.
Oh my god.
But,
Right.
but I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Stop it.
Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now?
To turn things around. That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective.
Phoenix?
Look at the room upside down.
So where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to?
I'm remembering. I think I'm ahead of Nick a little bit here, but I'm remembering that the shooter is on the wrong side of the room compared to what we were saying earlier from what happened.
Hmm. I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if what if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true,
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is...
Something I can't explain yet.
Hmm.
When I left the room, a third person has entered it.
Think it's that?
Yeah, I'm thinking the third person was there before any of this went down, like they were hiding out there.
I mean,
Well,
both answers might be correct, actually.
Yeah, because Lotta didn't find Maya. Like, everything that happened after we broke down the door was just a big chaotic mess. So who knows what happened?
What is
Let's
it,
see if that
Jake?
person entered.
Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place.
Oh shit. This is not exactly where I was going.
Oh! I may
What?
think of something. The key. We still
The
have yet to have an
existence of
explanation
another
for it.
key, yeah.
Do we have enough like plot to use the key yet? There's not been much talked about it yet.
Let's try it.
Take that! Please take a good look at this.
Ah, dang it.
Okay.
I've already seen it.
Thank you. Why are you laughing at me? I don't understand. I feel
And what
mocked.
is the purpose of this item?
Don't you see, Your Honor? Please.
No.
Please. Please.
I don't think you actually see what you're doing.
I think it should be the court that should be sighing at you,
Okay.
Mr. Wright.
Damn.
Oh, that's
I
Alright,
think
maybe we
Dismayed Phoenix
should
noises are my favorite noises.
think it over again.
I think the way I'm going about this is all wrong. I have to start over and try to think about things in a different manner. What if, before we broke in, the third
this
person was
is-
already in the room, and all this was going on?
Mr. Wright, what do you come up with?
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is...
I think.
Something you can't explain yet, I think.
Well, I don't think so.
Alright. Let's look at the court record. Attorney's badge. Newspaper clipping.
So we either have to prove that there was a third person in the room or that Maya left the room somehow.
Well,
So we're based.
Or that someone
so
could get in.
We're thinking that the only way in and out of the channeling chamber is the main door, right?
yeah, I don't think the game wants us to
Yes.
think of any other thing than that.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that it had to be someone was hiding out behind the chamber.
But, how did the key get out? Because if Maya went in with the key, and the key was not in that room, that means she must have left at some point?
Did she ever have the key?
Wasn't
Maya was given the key to lock the door from the inside as Morgan Le Fay was saying goodbye to her.
Yes. And then later we saw Pearl with a key.
Oh, that is supposed to be the
I thought it was
only
the same key, and somehow like that first key never actually ended up in there. Unless, yeah, maybe it is a second key, and somebody used that second key to get in earlier.
But that would have argued that when we printed it first time, that would have been the argument that we would have made. So I think instead it's Maya left with the key, dropped it, and someone else went in.
But we were outside the channeling chamber in the meditation room the whole time after Maya went in, right? We never left.
Yeah.
No,
We never
did
saw
we
anybody
leave?
leave or go in.
No, we stayed there the whole time. She wasn't even
And-
in there that long.
And the lady acted like she knew something was wrong. So the thing she could have known that was wrong was that the key was not there or something.
Which lady?
Morgan.
Morgan.
Lot of hair me.
Morgan.
Okay.
You can't call her Lotta Hair when we have Lotta Heart here.
Right, you're right.
Well, also a lot
More
of
hair.
We could have
Moira
called her
hair.
Lotta Hair at the beginning.
Where we have what a bus up with Lada. No, that was after the well, everything.
I mean, we could say that Pearl had the key, but the key should have worked for that then.
Yeah, but what I think is because Pearl had the key, they left with the key after before everything happened. I think the key is the thing we need to present.
I mean, it is the most logical like part of what we're talking about right now. is
Like-
how does someone get in? The key.
Maya left the room.
With the key.
I feel like Maya leaving the room doesn't matter.
Well, it
Right,
does
someone's
in
getting
this
in.
context.
Yeah, because the door was locked, and the only way to unlock it was with the key. So she had to have left the room for the key to have appeared outside of the room.
Unless there was a second key.
But
Exactly,
we have no
but
way of proving
We
that.
have no way of proving that there was a second key. As far as we know, the key that Pearl had is the same key that Maya had.
Unless there's a
Yeah.
back door.
I think that we are not supposed to argue that because we would have found out that at this point.
Let's try this.
Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this.
Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary.
Wait. Wait, she said Maya was being watched by Morgan. Does that mean there was a time when it was just Maya and Morgan around there? Because I don't trust Morgan any farther I can throw her.
Yeah, I thought we were at the guest room at some point.
The Branch family will have their day. The apple doesn't fall
Anyway,
far
let's
from
see
the
some
tree,
evidence.
but neither does the branch.
Yeah, Morgan and Lana made us leave after the incidents, at least. But I don't remember if she made us leave before the incident as well.
I mean, there's also a possibility we're remembering it wrong and she did make us leave.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
what
yeah, that's right. Morgan did make us leave after we broke in, and
Yeah,
there
but-
could have been a switcheroo then.
Yeah, what we may believe is that when they say that she made us leave, we don't know if Lumi means do they mean before or after the incident occurred.
I think you're thinking a little too hard about it.
But hard is the best way.
That would be very vital to know if we left before or after.
Wait, proof from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room.
But the murder?
From the
Oh,
murder
yes.
until the time of arrest. I would say the key, yeah.
Maybe. Okay, yeah, because this question did not really follow from Phoenix's suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take that!
Hey!
Miss
And there
Hart,
we
do you
go. Oh
remember
my
this
God.
key?
Music, don't you fuck us.
Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, ain't it? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that.
The defendant herself locked the door.
Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key is the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Ugh,
Oh, Von Karma didn't like that.
shit. Wait, Mr. Phoenix right?
Yes, it looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but... Why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest.
Ah, well, ain't that a kick? But how come you're holding it?
I got this as a present from a certain little girl.
Who is no longer little right now.
And
She
that
had a
little
growth spurt.
And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time.
I'm afraid the court doesn't catch your meeting.
Ba 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 ba.
That's preposterous.
This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you.
Okay, so we're saying that we broke down the door. So like Maya went in, we broke down the door, and then Maya was taken away?
Oh, hee hee, haha.
Is that funny?
It's a double S chat. I know it looks like a weird B, but it's pronounced as a double S.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
German is weird.
It seems we have come to an impasse.
So you could replace the double S in impasse with that, although that'd be weird because I'm pretty sure impasse comes from French. Language is weird.
Language? is
Why
weird.
bother?
This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer.
We should go back to just grunting.
Cave paintings.
Size Schlüssel. Shit key.
However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that the person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma.
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I've never lost a case.
Neither have I.
And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you.
We're gonna have a second day of investigation?
I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Hey.
That is all. Court is adjourned.
Nice.
Smack.
Multi-day.
June!
Wow, is that you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Yes, I felt I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly. I knew you were
Did it on
special.
purpose.
Hey, Nick, did you know?
Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick? I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
And I don't think that the third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance.
Yeah, I'm counting on you.
I envy the two of you.
I
Oh,
love the
by
little
the
way
way,
she
Nick.
holds her face.
It's
It's
perfect.
really cute.
Yeah.
Do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Yeah.
I think she's good.
Sure, but I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her.
Yeah. I think she'll be faster if she just goes herself.
Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A ticket?
Poor thing. So sheltered.
To be continued.
To be continued.
What a line to end it on.
Sweet! Now what happens? It's June.
It's June.
Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick.
You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway.
I thought about it a little. If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man,
He wasn't nice.
She definitely didn't. She didn't.
yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person.
Yes, Pearls.
She's about to throw down. I love it.
Oh, I see.
I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad.
People die when they are killed.
Yeah, I've learned that.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
this
The
little
worst
remix
part of
the-
becoming a defense attorney has been discovering that.
I love this little like 6/8 arrangement of the Face Sisters theme.
So, what'd you think about seeing your first trial?
I was really surprised. I'd never seen so many people before.
Oh,
And Mystic Maya looked so small and helpless.
well, Maya's already naturally short, so.
Oh,
And then that snotty one with the ruffy clothes.
Roughly. Oh, she means Franziska.
She has such a bad attitude. She acted like she had already decided Mystic Maya did it. I'm going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow.
Do it!
yeah.
Do it.
She won't be able to whip you because
I
you
wouldn't-
be-
I wouldn't
She's gonna
miss
hurt a
tomorrow's
kid.
trial for the world.
Tomorrow on Courtroom Smackdown, Pearl Fay versus Francesca Von Karma.
Pearl wins, Pearl wins, Pearl wins.
Pearl wins.
Yeah, smart money is on Fay.
Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya?
Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer, which is not quite correct, but a prosecutor, so her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win.
That's terrible! And also not true. But she's really good at prosecuting with a heart on the inside, right?
Pearl Channel's a bodybuilder and flattens Franny. Oh yeah, she could do that.
She can.
She wouldn't need to.
There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same.
Phoenix!
I'm in a bad mood. Well, he might have become a good guy eventually.
Oh
He?
my
Who are
god.
you talking about, Mr. Nick?
Winston Payne.
Is it the person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgyworth?
Oh.
That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore.
God.
Huh?
He clutched onto his foolish pride too fiercely and died for it.
Died? Is he
Oh,
dead?
that's too bad.
There's
I'm a-
there's no way.
I'm a ghost now.
Jay,
I'm going to
Jay,
haunt
we
you.
played Justice for All.
Right?
He's
Jesus.
here to justice, where
Nobody
he's
remembers
still
that.
alive and well.
Nobody
Yes,
remembers that playthrough at all. That didn't happen.
But
This is our first
wait.
time meeting Pearl Fay.
what if we learn that he actually did die, but some spirit channeler decided to just stay him for the rest
Just
of the time?
be him permanently.
Yeah.
Guess I can see why
I'm
they
a,
do that.
Yeah.
right. I'm
Yeah.
a ghost. I'm going to haunt you. Boo.
By the way,
Yes? What is it?
At last, my love. Oh.
you wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you?
I'm not sure if anybody would have gotten that reference. Oh well.
Why are you asking me?
No, I was just thinking earlier.
I didn't see anything.
She didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the Moida, where was Pearls and what was she doing? And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick this up? Pretty important to find that out now.
Oh yeah, let's
I
give
just-
you an alibi.
I just realized that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime.
Huh?
Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when the murder happened?
When did the murder happen?
Ah!
Hmm?
What was doing? I wasn't doing anything.
She's really bad at lying. You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else. I promise.
I was watching television.
That makes sense.
2 locks.
Ah!
Mm. I Guess you can see through my lie, huh?
Yeah, clearly.
I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick?
Nope. You saw to it.
Phoenix has become powerful.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
let's
why
look
didn't
around.
we see Von Karma's locks? She was definitely lying.
For some reason, the
Gameplay.
Magatama does not work during trials.
It's considered a weapon. You have to check it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, make it. You got it.
It's like, oh, you got magic? That's not fair. Come on, put it in the
gonna have to
locker.
leave that at the door. It's really empty. Training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. More stuff?
Maybe.
The door leads out to the winding way. The weather outside looks really nice.
Oh yeah, the whip is fine.
The whip is fine. The whip is fine.
Yeah, the move is fine. Yeah, that's not a weapon. That's a training equipment.
Piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it.
It's not magic, so it's fine.
Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's one in English. It says 100 ways
Oh,
to
this
save
is
money.
the same.
Yeah, we've already read
It's
all
the
this.
same. Okay.
That's no fun.
Can we go in here?
Sure can.
It is June. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What is she doing? It looks like she's talking to a picture.
Uh-oh. Ugh! Spooky.
Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty.
What in the...
Who's there?
Ah!
Oh, if it isn't Mr. Ride.
She's looking at her.
Well,
Damn it.
just curious, but that picture you were just looking at.
Today was that event, was it not, good sir? I heard you did well, yes.
Event.
Yeah, yes, thank you for changing the subject.
I am terribly sorry I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. I
apology?
had a previous engagement as I tried to watch over the trainees' training today.
I get the sense she really doesn't want to talk about the picture.
All because the master can't be here with us, you'll understand. And that is why a lowly branch family member such as myself must do this.
Sure.
Have you remembered anything about the Moida?
Dude, could I get some of that dank-ass tea you got there?
It's blood.
No, I told you everything I know already.
Yeah, we already established she's drinking blood. Were you in this room the whole time Lotta and I went to call the police?
Oh, yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time.
Missing Maya?
I performed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterward.
You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen?
I would like to say that more did, however, that is all that occurred.
Doubt.
I was really hoping for some new info.
Korea sus.
I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. I'm sorry to have played on your hopes.
Could you possibly be more patronizing?
Yes.
I can handle more.
So, do the students train every day?
Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off the day after the murder, of course. However...
And I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training. Ah!
Mr. Right!
Yes. Wow, she got real scary real fast.
How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They are to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl.
In front of you.
Yes.
Sorry. I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl.
Look, I have to listen to Maya's Steel Samurai, headcanon fan theories every other day, so we're there.
Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far?
Next question, please.
Oh man, she's really being a pain in the butt about this.
Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir.
Stop reading my mind.
So she didn't actually answer the question.
So the master is Maya's mother, right?
Mystic Misty. She is a brilliant medium.
And where is she now?
At large.
No. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, she didn't die. Right.
She is a medium at large at the moment.
Was she
I'm
was she
pretty-
small?
How tall is she?
I am almost certain that we made that joke in the first game when Maya was arrested the first time. That she's a small medium at large.
I've been rewatching that series. It's been very fun. Not sure.
Oh, about 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit.
No, she didn't. The spirit just lied.
That's true.
After that, she simply disappeared.
I wonder if there's fan art of Edgeworth's father being channeled. Anyway.
Why did you have to say that?
Time to Google.
No!
Why? Why are we mad? Why are we mad about this? What happened?
At least keep safe search on.
Oh no! I don't believe she will return to this village in any case.
There is, god damn it. I do know there is cosplay of. Oh wait, this is a reference to the third game, I think. But there is a cosplay of Phoenix in a waitress costume,
Do you want to see this?
Oh my
Why?
god.
and
Not
it's
sure anymore.
it is epic tier cosplay.
Erased.
As I was going to say, her name will be erased in 4 years. A person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead.
Oh, I
It's
see.
like the reverse of squatters' rights. If she's gone for a while, she loses all claim to the town.
It's about right, actually.
And that is 4 years from now for her. And when that happens, a new master will be appointed to Karain village.
And
Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this, I'm afraid.
I must be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there.
Gray is sus. Okay, so we have a motive, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is mighty incriminating, lady.
I know what I'm doing.
It is June.
Thank you. Thanks for reminding
Looks
me that it is June.
Yeah, no problem. Looks like there's no one here. And even though the weather is gorgeous today, it's raining outside inside my heart.
Oh.
Oh! It's a small incinerator. I don't think garbage trucks come all the way out here to tiny villages like this. So every family has to burn their own trash. What about that? It's a really old urn. There are ashes of a person long dead inside.
Who shattered it?
Looks like something with a long history. Other than that, it's not very interesting, so time to move on.
But who broke it?
Oh.
That's a good question.
Who broke
I'm
it?
gonna look at this
I'm
deer
not mad.
stare.
I just want to know.
Urn, who hurt you? A splendid garden with a small lamp and traditional decorations. It's a bit small to walk around in, although that incinerator piques my curiosity.
Mm,
I'll repeat myself, I don't even care. I'll do it, don't test me. Guys,
It's June.
it's June.
Wow.
The betting
it's
is all
June.
laid out today, too. Guess I'll leave them alone for now. Examine...
Why is there a bear with a fish in the background?
Oh, you
Mr.
know.
Giz.
Oh, that's a...
It's Mr. Grizz.
Yeah, that's a
That
souvenir
was
for
his name,
Eeny
right?
Eeny
Yeah.
Miny, I think we decided.
Eeny Miny.
I keep wondering about this box.
I need Minnie.
I'm sure this wasn't here before the murder took place.
Actually, it's Ini Mine.
Oh.
I give up. It looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. It's a decorative wooden bear sculpture, and it's a plate attached to the base. Karain Village, the heart of channeling. What the? It's a souvenir! So does this mean it's easy for bears to... bears are here. It was bears.
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 It was bears.
Bears, 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 bears,
Bears, bears, bears.
bears, bears, bears.
Oh, nothing? I
Sorry.
would have thought. Oh, we should go to the police. We should go see if we can talk to anybody there.
Oh
like
yeah.
Myra.
I'm here too.
Hello. We need to
Yeah,
talk to you though,
so-
bro.
well, So we need evidence of what she was doing when the murder happened.
Yep. Detention center. Oh, that too.
Hey, what month is it?
Oh, let me check.
I
It's
forget.
it's June.
Why
This
do we
case,
care what month it is?
this case has had me out of the office most of the time. I can come back tomorrow. Helping Maya should be my top priority now.
Okay.
Jay, why don't you care what month it is?
Charlie! Quite decorative plant.
Charlie.
He's a handful, but I've grown quite attached to the little fella. He also helps me to remember all the good times with Mia. Yeah.
Detention center. Here we go.
Maya! What month is it? Maya must still be in questioning. She'll probably be done in a little bit, so I'll come back later. Man, what are we supposed to be doing right now, then?
Should we try the Magatama on Pearl?
Yeah, I guess we should try to question
right.
Pearl.
I never actually did that. Okay. It takes way less than 2 hours the second time you go here.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my Megatama, or my, this is a Phoenix chunk.
So,
The Phoenix
that's a
Chunk.
lawyer's sacred treasure?
Huh?
I feel like it has mysterious powers, just like my Maya chunk.
Pearl chunk.
Well, I
There-
guess
there'll
I
be a
can.
pearl chunk.
I guess I can let her think what she wants on this one.
So, a Maya chunk is green, a Mia chunk is purple, and a Pearl chunk is
It's
light
blue.
blue.
But the
Yeah.
ones in Spirit, or Skyward Sword are yellow.
Well, those
That's
are
one
Mia
purple.
chunks. The purple ones are Maya chunks.
Oh.
No,
But this is my
She's
chunk.
purple. Because it's Maya's. We have
It's
different
gr- this one
definitions
is
on
green.
what's
They
what.
tarnish with
what
age,
game.
it's fine.
oh wait, or is Maya's normally yellow, but it's green here because it's been charged up with spirit energy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And a
connected the dots.
And a Phoenix chunk is this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Take that.
Alright, Pearl. Let's do this, Pearl!
Let's dance, you and I.
Pearl's alibi.
Alibi.
Pearl.
I still have the damage from today's trial. Gross.
Yes.
You have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay?
Well, let's look close her chunk and her sprites. Hang on. It doesn't show it in here. Dang it.
Alright.
But what if I can't just tell you what happened?
Ah.
Then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound?
What? You can do that?
You'll tell me if I guess something right, won't you?
Yes.
Why?
Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here, right?
Where was she?
So if she wasn't with us, it would be either the winding way or side room, by what we know.
Side room.
I feel like-
Definitely side room.
We kept running into her as on the winding way. Right?
Yeah, you're right. we
Yeah,
kept
I
running
would say
into her.
winding way.
Oh.
That's her favorite
It
spot.
seems like she's usually there.
You were here, weren't you, Pearls, in the winding way?
Wow! You got it.
So, do you think you can tell me now?
I'm sorry, not yet.
Man, oh man. Alright, what next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there.
Do you really know that much?
Well, I am a lawyer, you know. Now, what was
I'm
it
a
Pearls was
lawyer.
doing in the winding way? Now we got problems.
Key. Key.
She was key.
She
was-
was key.
Gun.
No!
Gun?
She was
Key gun.
keying Dr. Gray's card.
No!
No, that's fine.
That costs
I'm gonna-
money.
Yeah, but it's Dr. Gray. So?
I feel just a little better.
What?
You're a lawyer, but you're still also just a person after all.
Wow.
Aw.
Sorry, I'll get it right this time.
This kid straight up punched us in the gut.
Okay,
So I don't think we know.
I can't believe she wasn't key.
How
She gave us the
could
key.
that happen?
I'll be
Mind
right
you,
back, Jay. Can you
You
take these
can't
from me?
die here. This child can absolutely murder you. Okay. I should investigate and get him. Okay.
But now that we know that she possibly was there, maybe there's not something new is there.
Yeah, maybe we should move around. Nothing here. Look around the money way.
Yeah.
It's got to be something here, right?
Maybe it looks like we've looked at everything.
Have
Oh,
we?
excuse me, just a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So there I was.
God damn it! Could we maybe present
Jay.
something to Morgan?
Oh. Who's Morgan?
Did we finish talking to Morgan? Did we do all of her?
Morgan?
Your character, Jay.
Oh, right.
Morgan Fay.
Sorry. I can think of Morgan as like this big burly dude. And that's not who that is.
Morgan.
Morgan. Why did I
There
say
I was,
that?
covered head to toe in mayonnaise.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
sorry. I was
Only
muted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
So should we go to Morgan then and check?
Should I look the set room real quick?
What have we
Nothing
done
here.
with the incinerator, by the way?
I'm
Are
back.
we in Winding Way right now?
Yeah, it's the
What?
Winding Way. The place with the garden is the Winding Way.
Okay, because
Yeah.
Phoenix said
Yeah.
something about that incinerator sure piques my interest. And if she was doing something with an incinerator, then that would kind of line up
Oh,
with the
hi.
clue. And then to hi, Morgan.
Perhaps we need to present something to either her
Yeah.
or Pearl.
I think that's what we-
Maybe?
But what?
Oh, this is the key to this room.
That's right.
Why do you have it, good sir?
That I'm not telling.
Return it at once.
I can't. It's evidence after all.
Why do you have the evidence on you on hand?
I think she knows exactly how important this key is to the murder. But what is this feeling I'm getting from her? It feels can't describe it.
What is this feeling?
No.
So sudden and new.
It's mine.
What is this feeling? Sudden as.
So if that's not it, did we try present? I was gone for a second. Did we present the key to Pearl?
We did.
We
Uh,
did. Okay.
Oh, we
in
didn't.
the
No, we
Magatama
tried.
thing, but-
Well,
we didn't
she
present it to her
laughed at
outside
us.
of that.
Yeah. Did we try doing it just outside
No,
of that?
we did
normally?
not.
Try that. I bet you'll get something.
Loathing, pure unadulterated loathing. Okay.
About this key, Pearls. You found it on the day of the murder, right?
Yes.
Now, where you found this key is very important. So, please
Yes.
tell me, Pearls. Where did you find this?
I found it in the incinerator.
The incinerator? Is she talking about the one in the garden?
No.
The door was on a little. The door on it was a little open, so I took a peek.
When was that?
It was after the channeling, when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick? Mr. Nick?
Thinking.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Are you going to tell my mother?
Yes.
Oh
Huh?
god, no.
You mean tell Morgan what you did? I'm not even supposed to be talking to you, so...
Yes, if she finds out that I was playing in the leftover trash, I'll get a spanking.
No!
No.
Do not lay a hand on this child.
Ah, gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her, though, alright? The incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Ha!
All right.
Honestly,
No,
I don't know
no,
why I
no.
didn't do this earlier. Oh,
Searching.
I
It's
see.
June.
What's this piece of sleeve doing here?
Oh, this is
Literally-
new.
Yeah. Hey, there's someone by the incinerator. Oh, looks like they've noticed me. And are now running at top speed towards me. Ah!
Oh, hey! Like, oh, you're that, like, dentist guy.
Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to see you again.
Oh, like, real suave. It's like my turn. It's, nice to see you, too.
Nice.
Bleh.
So, what's up? You're all out of breath?
Like, huh? Oh, like, you mean, like, I'm, like, just totally happy and, like, totally excited to be here.
Excited, huh?
Like, I mean, like, there are so many things to, like, see. It's like the real deal here.
Oh, really? For example?
Like, the way she's written makes it seem like forming words is physically exhausting for her.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
For example, like that urn over there. Do you like know about it?
All I see is an old, cracked piece of pottery. Hey, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I guess I'll talk to her.
Is there some sort of legend connected with that urn?
I am.
I am!
I am all of Vern, all of Vern.
I am who am. Like, yeah. It's like this village's treasure.
Huh, didn't know that.
And like, it's sealed inside that urn.
It's? What are you talking about?
Like, you know, Amy Faye's spirit.
Amy Faye? Who's that?
Like, geez, Mr. Smith, get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that founded current channeling technique was Mystic Amy.
You don't have to get upset with me.
So like, as long as her spirit like lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Faye family will stick around. Like, isn't that like totally romantic?
If that urn is really as important as she says, it could be a vital clue. Gomez, I don't care.
Pronounced Ami. This girl does not know how it's pronounced.
Eni, I want to ask you about the murder.
This girl isn't sure about how to pronounce her own name.
I mean, to be fair, we aren't either.
Murder?
Dr. Gray's, remember? As if there's another one?
Oh, that one. Like, you should have said so in the first place. But, like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping in the side room.
Well, that's not much help. Did you notice anything at all?
Like, come on, what a total bar. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing.
Oh yeah, you only introduced Dr. Gray to Karaim Village. No relation, sure. Even if you were only acquaintances, that still means you knew him. Furthermore, your sister, who died in that accident, was a nurse at his clinic! You having fun there? You enjoying yourself? Alright then, why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident? Oh damn.
Like, why? You think, like, it's got something to do, like, with the murder?
Yes!
I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I can. Ah!
I don't know anything about that.
Cyclops.
Like, what is it?
Looks like I'm gonna need something to pry her mouth open on this one. Oh.
Hmm. I'm gonna look around. What is you?
That's right.
A winner.
Pearl said that she found this key inside the incinerator. I guess I should take a look inside for myself. This is from Maya's costume! There's blood on it. A tiny bit, but still.
To the precinct!
Cloth scrap added the court record.
That'd have been the one time we would want a cop sound effect behind Wander.
You know, the more that I think about this, the closer this is to Danganronpa Trial 1. It's got this connection.
Yeah.
It's got the stuff going on with the key. There's a lot going on here.
Jay, did you just call the cops driving by for the cop sound effects?
Yeah,
He's not wrong.
the sign.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Technically not wrong.
It is a sound effect that
For us, it's just a
police
sound
cars
effect.
make.
It only exists in the sound waves.
Wondrous.
Like that.
Yeah, I got a big yawn. Aw, big yawn. Why am I doing that to myself? I need to stop.
You're amazing yourself.
That's just my instinctive reaction to seeing it, to like a yawn happening, is to start baby talking.
Traffic accident. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Please, 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 please.
Please, please, I'll be your best friend. Huh? Like his accident?
Your sister's accident, naturally.
Oh, yeah. So I kind of hate talking about it because it's like super traumatic, and you're actually kind of a dick for bringing it up.
Well, sorry. Tell me.
Bye. So like that Dr. Gray guy, where are you going? Come back. Like Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep, and like that's all I have. That's all I have to say about that.
Interesting. Annie just asked whose accident, which means she must know something about another person's accident.
Oh.
Alright, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident?
What?
Huh? Another person's accident? Like you got someone in mind?
R for profile?
His accident.
Maya's accident.
Gumshoe hasn't had many accidents. The other cops make fun of him for it. So, whose accident besides Mimi's?
Do we know if it yet?
Clean your room!
Clean your room!
Stop
It
throwing
is
shit on the
clean.
road.
I'm just putting it there while I wait for the stream to be over, and then I'll put it.
there.
Oh my god.
That's the
And then-
place. That's where it goes. It's on the floor. Holy
Oh
shit!
my.
I didn't know a portrait existed for you.
Amy Faye, voiced by Jay. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again.
Alright, so is there another accident? Like there's a malpractice, but I don't think it's that.
So Eni had a little bit of something to say about the urn, and I wonder now that she said it, maybe we can look at it properly. Maybe.
Oh.
Ah! So there's a spirit in this urn, huh? All I see are a bunch of cracks. But I guess maybe the spirit could live in the space between the cracks. Looks like something's written on it. I am? I am all of me. Sacred urn added to the court record. Yay!
Peter
am
is definitely
an
a Sonic fan.
Yeah. I am
There's
as an
no way
anagram of
Phoenix
Mia.
exists.
When they broke the pot, they didn't put the pieces back together
Wait.
right. And Mia became I
according to
am!
And according to
Or
that
perhaps
comic,
Emmy.
the comic, Pearl is Sonic the Hedgehog.
God. Damn it.
Should we take that clothing scrap though to the precinct?
Nah.
Nah.
Guess we're here. Shove this
And now
in-
for the lovely mechanic of you have to go through the first part again for some reason.
Yay!
Yeah, but you can hold the button. It's fine. Hold the button.
You're
No, what?
in.
The winding way.
The winding way, the winding way.
Winding way, the winding way, the winding way.
How to derail something real quick.
Now, what was Pearl doing in that room? What was she doing?
Phoenix right and objection. It's Phoenix right and objection.
Dots.
I'm just enjoying this still frame.
So,
No, Violet. I found a comic that was shared by. Oh, I already forget who shared it. I'm so
Disgruntled
sorry.
Mushroom.
It's Disgruntled Mushroom. Yeah, from when she sprinted from Corain Village all the way to the city where the courtroom was, which is 2 hours by train. So there was a comic where she was just sprinting through the forest, and Eggman was chasing her because she was going so fast.
I feel just a little better again.
huh?
You're just a normal person.
No!
Just like me.
It's not that.
She kicked me in the shin this
running
time.
out of health.
Yeah, this child is
At
gonna.
least we can't
like-
die.
Okay, I think I know what you're doing there, Pearl.
Stab.
I think I got it this time. Here I go.
This
You ready?
Child just
Is it-
stabs you in the gut.
Isn't it said that she was playing in the incinerator? But how would we argue that?
I'm not confident. I'm gonna go to the precinct.
She was earned.
What is happening? Who?
Look at her mouth,
who-
she's breathing in.
It's
Stop.
June.
It's June.
Wow, it's June. Hey, Nick, I've been waiting.
She looks so helpless.
So how was it? What did you find out?
Well, I found a few things.
Is it so bad that you can't even look me in the eye?
I just need a little more time. It'll all come together tomorrow, I promise.
I'm sorry, Nick. Every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble.
No.
Oh no, no.
No. So how was it? Today's trial, I mean.
You were fantastic, Nick.
It was?
Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around.
Speaking of cooked goose, how's everyone's Thanksgiving? Is it people excited
Oh.
for Thanksgiving?
Work gave
don't
me
have-
work gave me an entire fucking turkey to cook, and I wasn't expecting that. So
Really?
now I have
Hot
a
damn.
whole turkey waiting in my fridge. I'm gonna make
That's
it. when we close this.
amazing.
Yeah, it's
Get a
pretty
lot
nice.
of gravy sauce on it.
Yeah, they were just like, "Hey, you want a turkey?" I was like,
You want it?
Hell yeah.
"Yes, yes, I do."
Feed me.
I bet it would make a really great Hollywood movie.
Don't be silly. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're going to win this, Maya.
Thanks a lot. Really.
Mhm.
Hey, Nick?
Mhm.
The person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't me, was it?
Of course not. You're completely innocent.
If that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in that room with the two of us, right?
Well, did you check behind the folding screen?
I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone there.
Shit.
That's exactly what Lotta said too.
Nick,
Yeah?
why do you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray?
Because of something Mia told me.
My sis? What did she tell you?
She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams.
Oh, that's depressing.
When you're
Oh.
maybe she just means during channeling. When
was
you're
like,
channeling,
What do you mean I can't dream? I can't aspire to anything.
when you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you.
Now that you mention it, wait, then I really am?
You are not the real murderer. I think that maybe before you even called the spirit, you were drugged.
What? I guess that makes sense because there's a whole accusation of Gray drugging someone else, but like that's not something I think
That's
any of
kind of a
us-
leap. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a leap. I mean, she could have just been knocked out otherwise.
Yeah. Drugged?
I think this was planned from the very beginning. And you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray.
That's...
Well, she does have a chunk, and it's yellow.
Ah!
Oh yeah, it is. It is yellow.
See, I wasn't crazy.
So the
wanna ask
Amber
you
relic
something.
is a Maya chunk,
Yeah, makes
and
sense.
the Dusk relic is a Mia chunk.
Me a chunk, yes.
I want to ask you something about Pearls.
Pearly? What about her?
No matter what I try, she won't answer me.
That sounds
I
like
want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder.
Huh? Wait. Nick, you think she did it, do you?
No, nothing like that. Oh,
She'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never. She's a great kid and really cute and really great and cute.
I didn't really think that she was the murderer, but she's definitely hiding something. You were with her on that day, right?
Yeah, the two of us. We were playing with her ball.
A ball, huh? Sounds like a dead end to me.
ball.
Ball.
So, about this ball.
It's nothing really special, just a plain old ball. I think she was playing with it when I started the channeling job that day. Pearly really loves to play with that ball.
She loves to play with that ball, huh?
When she wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box.
The clothing box?
Not the incinerator?
Yeah, Pearly's always hiding in there. You know the side room? There's a clothing box in there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about.
I know.
The clothing box in the side room, huh? Huh? The clothing box in the side room? Huh?
All right. So the train only goes like what 3 times a day?
Right. Are you trying to figure out how we keep going back and forth
Yeah.
like this? Guys,
We're
it's
instant
Instead of
dismissing.
point.
Present the bad he.
It's June.
Ah.
Hey.
No!
ah!
Ah!
Hey! Wait, please, Lotta!
Oh, the bus only comes 3 times a day, but there is a train. The train comes whenever.
Pearl
Oh.
picks him up over her head and just carries him.
She is the train.
She ran off into the manor. Okay.
Why?
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 Well,
June!
Still June. You! Lotta!
Hey!
Hey! Ah!
I'm telling you, quit following me, you hear?
No!
I'm a worthless piece of trash. You lay eyes on me and they'll turn to dust.
What?
Is there anything new in here?
Ah! Hey, Morgan!
Yes, what is it? Why must you be so noisy? We have a rule here. The hallway is not for running. Now then, in a calm manner, ask your question.
Okay, anyway, did you see Lotta come by here?
That girl from the Hotman? I'm sorry, but she did not pass by here at any time.
Lotta, you sure know how to waste a man's time.
Rude.
She's just been standing there this whole time, just doing that.
Did you see a crazy redhead go through here?
Not you.
Besides you?
Yeah, not actually cherry colored.
It's June.
Pretty sure I saw a lot of run in this direction. Ball! But it doesn't look like she's here.
Ball!
Ball! Steel
It's the
Samurai!
Steel Samurai!
Steel Samurai.
It's Pearl's ball. Maya said that it's always kept in the clothing box. So then, what is it doing on the floor? My ball
Oh, hey, we
now.
have the ball now.
My ball.
Wait. No.
It's the clothing box where Pearl's ball is usually kept. I wonder what's inside.
Ah!
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 What?
Ah!
What are you doing in there? What are you thinking?
I'm a bad person. Just another piece of human trash. I needed a hole to crawl into.
Ah!
It's made for you though.
So you crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into? Oh man. Huh? There's a small hole in this clothing box. And it's about 8 inches off the ground!
I don't
That's
get
the
it.
same height as the hole in the folding screen! Then could this?
Oh,
Do you now
Wasn't
get it?
here
I
during
don't
the
get it.
murder.
Game explicitly explains it. Oh, I get it now.
but why? Wow, someone could have died.
Someone died.
Someone did
God, it's not in the
die!
box.
Yeah, but another person could have died.
It's the clothing box where Pearls keeps her ball. I thought I felt my soul take off for a second when Lotta jumped out at me. So it's big enough to fit a grown adult. Well, if she could be called an adult. Sick burn, Lotta!
I'm young at heart, y'all.
Hooray.
Alright, so things are happening.
They sure are.
I bet we can talk to Pearls now. Oh, it's June. Hey!
Oh, Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now.
What person?
You know, the person with the fluffy cotton candy hair.
Aww.
Wait, she knows what cotton candy is?
She said, "Don't look at me then with them eyes." But I'm not that scary, am I?
Stop staring at me with those big old eyes.
I don't think that's quite what she meant.
With those big adorable eyes.
Oh, that's right. She also wanted me to tell you. Going on a trip to find myself, so don't y'all bother finding me.
Uh-oh. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
No
And that's the
problem.
last we saw of one Lotta Heart.
Yeah, I think she's done for a while now.
And we were all sad about it.
You don't want to talk to Pearl?
Yeah, I thought we could present the ball to her now.
I'm just wistfully thinking about Lotta Heart.
Why?
Lotta!
Lotta!
Come back to us!
We miss you.
Who is she again?
Jay.
I know who she was.
Actually, I don't play my person in training.
You don't know anything about your own ball?
I just wanted to
No.
play catch with you, Pearl.
Only when the chains are out does she know about the ball.
I imagine that, like, you pull out the Megatama and the chains start going, and then somebody's like, well, screw you, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and then they turn around and bump into something invisible. They're like, wait,
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
bye now.
Bye now.
Does anyone else see the person in this map? Like it's a guy.
Yes,
holding
I
a-
see it.
Oh, I see it. I
Yeah.
do see it.
Oh, they'd be like, I'm a little teapot.
He showed up.
You were here,
I'd be
weren't you,
like-
Pearls? It was the whining way. Was that what you were? What were you doing there, Pearls? I think I know. Here's a guess.
Was it,
No,
was
Were
it
you-
ball?
Were you ballin'?
Oh,
Are you a baller?
no.
Pearl, answer me
ball's life,
seriously.
bruh.
You were balling, weren't you, Pearls?
That's right. How did you know?
Because you got
That's right.
so far away.
intuition.
That's right, ball is life.
Maya told me that you love to play with your ball.
Yeah, I was playing with my ball.
Uh-huh. And then? I've never seen it spelled like that.
Pearl gonna dunk on you.
Unhung. Something happened, huh? Something really bad.
The ball got
I guess
shot.
it's probably I don't think it's so much unha as just huh.
Okay.
Huh.
But what do you mean something? Nothing happened.
This is it. While you were playing with your ball, this happened! In the winding way.
Colonel Mustard. Oh, this is 2.
This urn. It's a village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the Karain technique is sealed in here, isn't it?
Yes.
What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it?
Oh.
There's even a few gaps here and there.
Oh.
Please don't tease me.
Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? The ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange that the lock hasn't broken yet.
It's a really old urn, isn't it?
I guess.
It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks.
Her voice is shaking.
Oh, I don't want to do this to her.
How can you tell that the urn has been broken?
It doesn't say Mia on it.
So-
Jay.
What?
Who's
Amy!
You had like 95% of the whole thing, and who started the Karain channeling technique?
Huh? Oh, it was Mystic Ami.
That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know?
How do I spell her name? I don't know.
It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a little weird, odd when I saw I am written on this urn. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn. And made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Got her. See, she also has the little wristbands on her.
Oh, we
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
heal.
Oh, we got healed!
Yeah,
Oh, we get
Oh,
heal.
yay.
That feels so good.
We needed that.
Pearl's
That's
alibi.
another thing makes more sense in Japanese. How so?
I think it makes-
Romani and
I think it makes
You know.
sense.
Oh, it makes more sense in Japanese because it's only 2 characters.
Oh.
Oh, it was kanji.
I think it makes plenty of sense the way
So
that
then
it
it was
is
probably
here.
only
but-
1 character if it was kanji.
Amy?
Kanji's
Need
hard to
have
learn.
a vowel in it, so...
Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the winding way with my ball.
And that's when you broke the urn?
Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Ami's spirit fly away.
Don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay?
I'm a bad child. Breaking the
You're
village
precious.
treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so...
You thought you could put them back together and no one would notice.
Yes.
Alright.
I found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there.
The hallway? You mean the winding way?
Yes.
Oh!
Oh.
The chanting had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by.
I see.
It's gonna be okay, Pearl.
So about how
Don't
long
lie
did it
to me!
how long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job.
Yes, I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor.
So that's around when Lana and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder.
When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick,
What is it, Pearls?
I'm going to get banished, aren't I?
I really don't think that's going to happen.
Banished.
I mean, I bet Mystic Amy's happy to be free from that cramped urn.
Yeah, I hope so.
Why did they put it in there?
No harm done, and a happy resolution. Phew. Well, it's an urn, right? So they must have put her ashes in there. I mean, a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
That's what urns are for.
Where are the ashes now?
Oh, you know.
Probably there's
around.
some in there.
Okay. So now what? You?
Do you
we
think you
have
have enough?
evidence to?
Oh, wait. I can probably ask her about the key now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She already told
Scrap
us.
as well.
She did already tell us about the key.
Oh, she found it in the,
Inside
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Maybe we can
Never
tell you
mind
something about the scrap we found in there. Maybe she
Oh,
saw it
yeah,
earlier or
maybe.
Maybe.
So, yeah, start reading.
something. Where did you find it? Well, we have read this already, haven't we?
Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, this is repeat.
Don't tell mommy.
No more mama.
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 Would she know
I
about
broke the
this?
vase, Mama.
No.
The spirit went whoosh, Mama. How do you spell Amy, Mama?
Maybe
Why do you want to know? No reason.
maybe show Maya some of these things.
Maybe.
I'm trying to think of what
Oh,
that
yeah.
did for us. I think all it did was update the description on this.
But maybe the ball or the clothing bag,
I already tried those.
the clothing box.
Maybe Maya has something new to say, yeah.
Yeah, I was meaning Maya to show them.
Okay, yeah, let's just forget about this. Alright. Oh!
Oh,
No.
hey, what day is it?
I
Oh, it's the 21st, actually. Whew.
Oh, thank you.
I think I've found
Wow.
out everything I can. But I can't see how it all adds up. It's probably Wonder.
He?
And is Miney being here just a coincidence?
Hey, mister.
How is it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? And that nurse turns out to be Enie's sister. It's too convenient.
Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you!
Wish I knew a little more about Enie, but where am I going to find info like that? Ah!
Oh, I get it. It can't be bothered to look at trash of me. Is there, Mr. Hindbody?
Ah! Bada! Ah!
Oh, so you finally noticed. She is here still.
I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word.
Well, I gotta hand it to you. You sure do know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this.
Thanks?
But you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own.
What are you going on about? And as for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing?
Well, you see, you're not exactly a real gentleman with the latest heart, are you?
You're
Does she
not
think we're
exactly
hitting
the
on her?
world's #1 charmer either, sister.
Wait, does she think that we were chasing her because we're into her? I don't know. Look, I'm real dang sorry for about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me.
You hurt Maya really badly, Lotta.
Oh, I don't suppose you could forgive a guy like me.
No.
Of course we'll forgive her.
Well, I guess I can. You did help Maya out too, after all. Ah!
For real?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm still...
What?
Nothing at all. Just talking to myself, you know, gibberish. Now then, I'll heart your
Hey!
service.
Thank
Hey
you for the
there, Alexander.
raid.
Thank you.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I hope that's open on my end.
Well,
Thanks,
me
Sandwich.
too.
Ah! Or?
I'll share with you all the dirt I've dug up.
Thanks.
Yeah, don't be all surprised. Tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free.
Lotta not taking money? Now I know this one's an alien clone. If Maya is not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Lotta?
Well, heck, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak.
You mean Eenie Miney?
Well, there ain't anyone else that could be, right? That Granny, you and me, oh, we were all together that whole time.
So Lotta suspects Eenie. Which means she might have already found out some info about our mysterious Eenie.
Right back, give me a move.
Sure.
Should I present?
You're gonna need to wait till next chapter for that, but okay. But nobody got that joke.
Present. That's Eenie Miney, all right. That's Eenie Miney, right?
Yeah, I was wondering if you know anything about this girl.
You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world.
Yeah, I had heard as much. I had also heard that Eenie was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Karain Village.
You don't say. That's one sneaky gal, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? Yeah. Please do.
Obviously.
Speaking of Eenie, do you have any other information about her?
Well, sure.
Well, what is it?
It'll cost you, and
What?
it'll cost a
Come
lot.
on.
But, oh, silly me. Here I thought free meant no money necessary.
That girl was hospitalized about half a year ago.
Hospitalized, but why?
Oh. Well, heck, you can go find out on your own.
Huh?
Here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something.
Maybe. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, see, actually, it was gonna be annoying, I reckon, so I didn't actually go there.
Ah.
Well, that's the way the gumbo spoils, right?
Spoiled gumbo sounds. Ew. I mean, look, don't blame this on. No, never mind. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Better go check out this hottie clinic.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Is Jay back yet?
Oh,
And he
Oh,
needs to
boy.
be back with
oh boy.
I guess we're waiting.
Yeah, in case you could, people who know this game, in case you couldn't have guessed, we're gonna need Jay around for this.
Anything else we can present to Lotta, maybe?
Yeah, our badge!
But Lotta, have a look at our badge.
Yeah, look at her badge. Nope, don't know nothing about that. Things don't catch my eye, don't catch my interest.
And she calls herself a journalist.
No, she doesn't.
That's true. She calls herself
Here.
a photographer.
Here, have
A
gun.
paranormal photographer.
That's true.
You think I could have the guts to carry one of these around? Celebrity photographer with a gun? You think it'd work? Bang bang. Nah. Thanks, but nah. Can't see myself like that.
I don't know why you. Okay, fine.
Is that a reference to like another Capcom game or something like where?
You
What's
mean
it called?
you mean Dead Rising?
Yes, maybe.
A bit of a stretch, but it could
It
be.
is a stretch, but
I've covered wars, you know.
Does he even really use guns in that series?
not really, but it can.
Yeah. Is that Jay? Is that the sound of Jay returning?
Okay, now we can go.
All right, Jay.
Wait,
Alright,
Jay. Hey.
Jay?
All right, we're good.
now
So
we can leave.
Lotta just told us that Eenie was in an accident and that we should go check out this new location, the Hottie Clinic.
Yeah. So
Come
yeah,
on.
she was in the hospital. But Eenie, the red-haired girl, was in an accident about 6 months ago, and we should go check out the hospital clinic where she was taken care of. You here? Okay.
So let's go.
let's go.
All right. I was
Okay.
making sure you were here.
Oh, okay.
It's June.
It is June.
Yep,
Does
sure.
it have to
is.
be?
So this is where Eenie was hospitalized. Ah! It's Jay.
I did not assume that this man was a doctor. All voices I had are
A
now
fair
gone.
assumption. We're not sure that he is.
I can tell that he's definitely not a dentist.
Nah.
Give me your best
So-
shot.
I'm getting the instructions of be creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Huh.
Creepy, frankly.
I'm here to visit a patient.
Yes. Are you a doctor here?
Yes, I'm Dr. Hardy.
Ah! I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself.
Yes, so what can I help you with?
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Eenie Miney.
Miss Miney, Miss Eenie Miney. Yes, oh, her, yes. It's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl here a long time ago was here.
Who's the nurse?
This is Lunar.
Here you are, sir.
Nay.
Huh?
You know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you.
Nah, sweetums, calm down, calm down. Don't be so harsh. And to an old man like me.
Don't you dare start with that sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital.
Wow, I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful toward their boss.
Come now, be a
Phoenix,
good
you
boy
idiot.
and drive me the director's or
Give me.
give me. I'm gonna get drive. Give me the director's white lab coat.
Okay, I got it, Yes. Yes,
Don't yes me. Who in the world are you?
I'm Director Hardy.
You're lying to me. The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. The only person I can talk to is this guy.
So this guy
there's
is
some people in the background.
I can talk to them. Why do you have
Don't
pink
talk.
hair? What's
Don't
with your
talk.
hair? What's with your face? What's going with anything?
What's
Why are
your
you
whole
Why the
deal?
golden tooth?
What's
Why
with
are
your
you
whole
so-
deal?
It's my retirement plan.
What? So, what exactly do you treat at this clinic?
Yes, we treat all sorts of doctory clinical stuff. Yeah.
Doctory clinical stuff?
Well, I don't actually know or particularly care about the details. Yes. What does that look for? Yes, here, there's a really big general hospital around the corner. Yes. When they can't accommodate everyone, they move some of their patients here.
You do surgeries here, right?
Yes, we do some plastic surgery here, it seems.
Plastic surgery.
It seems.
I operated on a soda bottle yesterday and a water can before that.
Oh. How did that work? What do you know about
It was
Miss Eenie
literally impossible.
Miney?
Ah,
Oh, now we're talking. Yes. Oh, that girl was transferred from the general hospital.
From the general hospital to here, what kind of surgery did she need?
I don't like your hand movements.
He's the worst.
Yes, well, she needed surgery. It was really bad, really bad.
So what kind was it?
Yes, well, no. You see, that is something I can't tell you.
So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director.
Yeah. See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff.
Good thing you're not a doctor, huh?
It's in all those TV shows too, right? You've seen him, right? Yes.
I am never going to get him to unzip those broken zipper teeth of his at this rate. There's gotta be something I can show to this old coot. God, he's worse. He's worse in HD. He's a lot worse.
I'm guessing the thing we have to show is her.
I guess.
Bocce ball. Oh, Miss Minnie. Miss Innie is really cute in this picture. You agree, huh?
Yeah, sure.
I wish I could see her again. Maybe the next time she has a big accident. Yes.
I'll tell her for you.
Yes, please. I'll be waiting for her. Yes.
That the record honey is like, yeah, he's so, yeah.
So, yeah. Don't like him much.
He's so like, yeah.
He's real gross.
Why are these the ones that get the most compliments on? God.
Because he's doing it well, but, you know.
Yeah.
Sure. How about this person?
I feel like somewhere. I've seen her somewhere before. I think. Well, when she comes tomorrow for her consultation, I'm sure we can get real acquainted.
Sir, she's dead.
That's gonna be tough.
This is deal breaker.
I don't believe this.
All right. Good night, everybody.
CJ, this
But
is why.
Nobody made you add the extra bits and bobble.
I'm sorry.
So I'd like to ask about this thing.
Okay, this is.
You're good at it.
Alright. Here, what do you say?
Don't!
about
No! Why? Why would you do that to
Huh?
Franziska?
She was mean. Seems to
Send
be
it to Gray.
extremely helpful.
Check
Rated
Gray
M
comes
for
to.
meanies.
I already tried Gray. He didn't have anything.
Oh, it's me. Yes, my tuft of hair. It's so nice. Shows off my smartness. You should try it too. My new hairstyle that I have invented.
Oh, it's okay. I'll pass on this one. Don't like it. So I'd like to ask you about this person. Okay.
What is it, Jay?
Wait. Oh, the thing Lotta gave us was just the address, right?
Yeah, probably. You know what?
Yeah.
That. So what do you think about this?
What
do you think about this, asshole?
Pat, pat.
What do you think about this? Oh no,
Oh,
I
now
regret
this
everything.
is what I'm talking about. Yes, nice. This is nice and exciting.
I'm leaving. I'll just be going. All right, bye. Thank you for your time. What do you think?
What do you
does
think?
Does anything grab your attention?
There's no mistaking this nice. Yes, I like. Yes, I like this.
There is a
picture.
dead man in this picture.
God, you're
Yes.
right.
Do you mind if I borrow this for a while for
No.
private
Yes,
research
we mind, I
purposes?
mean.
I
You do
mind.
very much so mind.
Mine.
Come on.
Eeny mindy. That's okay. I don't think I should support his research. Did you try presenting the one about the? Okay. Yeah, what do you know about this? Is that both of the newspapers you just tried? then?
What?
Yeah.
Remember this?
What do you know about this?
I
Oh,
see
it's
this
boring.
and my mind's a blank.
More
Yeah, how do I
attractive?
put it? And more attractive things.
Attractive? Huh?
How about this?
Don't bring a wholesome into this.
What's this?
Also,
I am a lawyer. Right now, I'm investigating a murder.
Yes. What's with your angry face? Violence isn't the answer. Yes.
Did presenting the badge actually do something?
Oh
I
my
think it did for the
God.
first time. Well, there might have been another situation where it helped. The trial's tomorrow, and I would really like some information from you.
Is that right? Well, I think I can tell you a little secret.
What was that?
Yes, actually, I'm not a real doctor.
No.
Are you kidding? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that.
Eh? What do you mean?
Do I have to explain this to him?
Well, hold on. I'll give you something real information, okay?
Huh?
I'm actually this clinic's. See, I'm like this place's walking dictionpedia.
You mean walking encyclopedia?
Yeah, that. And
No.
my
No.
specialty is
No.
silky smooth honey panties.
What?
No, he said patience! He said patience!
It went so fast, I just kind of guessed.
You're getting
Yeah, I
too into
didn't-
that role, Jay.
Yeah, I said I wanted to skip ahead. I didn't like that line.
There's nothing I don't know about him, but I get embarrassed talking about it.
Do you?
How would you keep that kind of information to yourself?
Anyway, you wanted to know about little Miss Eenie Meenie, right?
Marty.
Well, Miss Eenie Miney, huh?
That girl, I remember her especially well. Really well. Very well.
Anyway,
Should I
let's
present
leave.
any other profiles?
No, let's just talk to him, get it over with.
Please.
No.
Jay, are you having fun? Please tell me what you know about Eenie Miney.
Yes, I'll get to that. Trust me, I
Present
will.
Morgan. Okay.
Present Amy.
That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from the General Hospital. This was, yes, a year ago. And she was one of those emergency cases.
What was she ill with?
Car. Ill? Nah. She was injured, not ill.
She was ill with car.
With my trained eye, I could see, yep, I could see it was a huge wound at that.
A huge injury.
Her whole body was wrapped around and round in bandages. Around her arm was a cast.
That sounds pretty severe, all right?
Yes, it was an accident. They're scary, yes. Cars. Yes.
Car. You mean it was a traffic accident?
Yeah,
She was ill with car.
that's what gave her those terrible injuries. I swore it was in the papers. Yeah, I looked it all up. I did. It was terrible. Yes.
Dare I even ask what is wrong with this old guy?
Yeah.
Oh, more things. What are we doing? Oh, okay. So I'd like to
Not
ask you about this
interested.
person. He doesn't give a damn. Talk about Amy Faye. Alright.
No,
What do you know
That
about
was
this folding screen?
no. I mean, I wanted to do. Here we go. Doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
All right, talk to him about the operation.
Just now you mentioned something about a big operation.
Oh, are you talking about Miss Enie's operation?
Yes, Miss Eni.
That was one heck of an accident. Yes, her whole face was burned like bad toast. That was bad.
Was it really that bad?
That bad.
That bad?
It was a good thing that Miss Eni had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together.
Picture. Ugh.
That girl, she had just gotten her license. So she had happened to have a license photo on her. Yes.
Oh.
So, see, I got her picture as a way to remember her, yes. Well, more like swiped.
Breach of ethics? Oh, wait. Not a doctor.
Not a doctor. What? What? A pretty girl like her, I bet she was, had lots of picture of herself.
I'm sorry. Sure.
Yep. It was my treasure. My treasure. Precious.
What happened to the actual license itself?
Who knows? I don't bother to ask. I got burned up along with the car. Yes, you did this.
I know, and I don't regret it, question mark. So you looked up information on Amy's accident, right?
Oh my god.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, sure did. Yes, I read every paper that covered it at the time.
What kind of accident was it, do you remember?
Car.
Car.
Yes, hold on, I'll get it for you. The article, I mean.
You have it?
Always.
Oh.
Well, don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so.
No, you didn't. Obsessive to the max, but I bet I could learn about how to just stay on a lead from this guy.
Yeah.
That's him.
Here we go. Yes. According to this, Miss Eni was in the passenger seat.
Passenger seat, huh?
And dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute, a sea of fire was all around her. Miss Eni fought with the door and finally got it open and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all the details in the article. Yes.
Okay.
How long ago did Mimi die?
Was it a year ago? Yeah,
About
1
a
year.
year ago, and this was 6 months ago. Okay. For a moment, I was thinking maybe the accident where she got injured was
They gave
the
her
same
the
where
wrong face.
Yeah, was the same where she died and she was in the passenger seat. So we don't know who was driving when Eni
Huh.
was injured.
It was Lotta.
That would be a twist.
What a twist.
There'd be a lot of twists.
A new clue. I should probably look this over.
It's been half a year since Miss Eni had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year.
It's already been half a year, huh?
Yeah, so how was I? I was a real help, yeah?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, well, I'll be getting back to my room then. Tell Miss Eni I said hi, okay? Yes.
Thank God we're never gonna see that character again. It's time for me to leave too. Yes. No. Okay, it's definitely time to leave.
Bye, kids.
So they never come back?
Let's hope. It's
Uh-oh.
June.
It's June.
It's true.
Hey, so how was it? Did you go to the clinic? Lotta, it is a great thing that you did not go there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I found out a few things, I guess.
You owe me so much for going there in your stead.
Do you think that she knew? Because she said, like, it would be a pain for her to go.
Like, you would have to have gone there to know about this guy.
Yeah.
So what's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Oh yeah. So earlier that old granny called the cops.
Huh? The cops? Why would Morgan call the police?
She said she had something to tell him. Things sure are getting interesting.
Sure are.
Yeah. But honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers in the night.
Well, I guess you could put it that way.
It always starts out small, you know? Still in the master's seat, controlling the village folk. And now you see what it's turned into? A murder, that's what.
Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on.
What?
That stuff you were just talking about. That's the first I've heard of it.
Really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world.
Well, excuse me for not keeping up with gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the Master's seat.
Yep. Right now, the Master is this medium named Mist Faye, but the one that was really supposed to be the Master was that old granny.
Morgan was supposed to become the Master?
What about Eni first?
Do you know where Eni is, Lotta?
Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around that garden in the middle.
Okay, thanks.
You got something to ask her?
Yeah, I've got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me.
Master. So I hear the Master's always been the eldest daughter.
The eldest daughter?
Turns out, that old bat is Misty Faye's older sister.
Oh,
They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power.
come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly.
Well, anyway, somehow Granny there lost to her younger sister Misty.
I see.
It's made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sort of things, too, like she's the oldest, and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful.
Wow, I had no idea. So what would have happened had Morgan been stronger?
Well, Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon.
Hmm. Where's she now?
Not
She's
yet.
gone!
Here.
She's gone.
But it didn't say June.
We need to know if it's still June or not.
How will we know she's
No,
gone if
it's
it's
not
not
June.
June?
Oh,
You
you
think
guys,
that
it's
is
Thank
June.
God.
It's June. Don't worry.
I am very confused.
Hey, like, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah,
Speaking of being confused,
I think I finally have enough to unlock her secret.
Okay, thanks for letting us know that, Phoenix. Like, what's with that scary look on your face? Yeah. Oh, that's right, we got a heal from Pearl earlier.
That's true. Was it a full heal or was it just like a half
It was
heal?
like, it was like half of our. It was most of it.
Okay,
I think we're like 3 short of.
Yeah,
we're
there
2
we
short
go.
of full.
too short. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Please, 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 please.
Huh? Like whose?
Your sister's! Actually, wait. Changed my mind. Somebody else's. So let's change the topic. Tell me about somebody else's accident.
Huh? Another person's accident? Like, you got someone in mind?
I do, actually. You... I do the profile.
I'm guessing the
Profile.
It's a little weird that we have 2 pieces of evidence that are the same thing, but
Yeah.
I want to ask you about your own car accident.
Me?
Yes.
So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident?
Sure can.
This? I present
I present this asshole.
Director Hottie purported.
You know, it could be him, actually.
Oh shoot! I did
Oh,
not mean to hit
whoops.
B.
well,
Whoops!
God damn it.
All right, time to hold B. No, what? No, god damn it!
You know,
No!
it's worth noting. I did find that fan art we were talking about before.
oh boy.
Huh.
All I managed to find was a picture of a manga, apparently.
Could be.
It looks a little bit like Gumshoe dressing up as Maya. I don't know if I need to know the context for that.
Poor
Prove
Gumshoe
that she was an
died.
accident, so probably, well, I guess this is the only thing.
Here's your proof.
Like, this is so totally bringing me down.
Huh?
I know I'm like a little flaky, but do you really like think I'm an idiot?
Oh, damn.
Yes.
No, I didn't mean to suggest that.
Like, let's make sure we're on the same page. I like want proof I was in an accident.
What did you present? I'm sorry, I looked away.
The driver's
her.
license photo.
Maybe it is the hottie guy.
So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Okay. You think it's Hottie?
That's
I mean,
gonna be
his
my guess.
testimony, basically.
No, really? What did he give
No.
us? Didn't he give
Or a
us an
license.
article?
Didn't he not give you a newspaper clip? I don't.
Did he
see
change
one.
one of our existing newspapers?
Maybe. Articles about
Check it.
2 women's car crash. The woman was not able to escape between the driver.
I think this has got to be it. Miss Eenie Meenie.
Oh.
There we go.
There it is.
I was like totally tired.
He
and dropped off
changed
to
one of our
sleep.
existing articles.
It's very powerful like that.
Yeah. Gotta be.
Lord.
Take that.
Oh my god.
Would you take a
I
look
think
at this?
I was probably like scrolling through text and missed that it was updated, or missed that it was that was updated.
It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago.
So like that is on me.
It says Miss Eenie Meenie holds interview about crash.
Oh.
You suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct?
Like, wait.
What now?
Mm, That's not me.
Ah!
I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Eenie Meenie, is, like, pretty common.
What in the
Yeah.
world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Miney, is in here too.
Like, totally. Wow. What a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps.
Bullshit. You think I'm
So-
gonna let you get away with that?
So Jade's
like,
good
now
with the
what?
creepy guy and Wander's good with the airheads.
Like, do you, like, totally have something that totally says I was hospitalized?
Now the picture?
I guess since it was his. Yeah.
This is your proof.
Ow.
Huh?
Hmm?
Sorry. Claws.
Ah,
Oh.
Jade.
Cat time. I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at.
The cat claw?
Eenie?
I'm reading the chat, like, Seth, why do you think I cast him as Hilda? My first thought was Hilda from the Netflix show, and then Hilda
Oh,
from
great show.
Link Between
Love that show.
Worlds. I'm guessing it's not either of those.
It's three
It's
houses.
Fire Emblem.
Of course.
We're going through a lot of lines here without reading.
Yeah,
As
you're
a,
skipping past.
I'm sorry. I'm
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
as a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you.
That creepy fake director!
Oh,
Now, are you ready to tell me about the accident?
Like, wait a sec. Okay, so, like, I was in an accident, sure, but that's, like, totally not related to this murder.
Actually, it is.
What?
Look at this article. Look at it. It says that one of the women died, correct?
And so it was the same accident, even though they were 6 months apart? What?
Yeah, I guess so.
That woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? I guess the accident happened, and then a few months passed, and then she had her surgery? Which is weird.
No, Or maybe she had her surgery and then was, like, in recovery for 6 months?
Maybe.
Because they said that it was an emergency case, so she had her surgery right away afterwards. She was in the hospital for 6 months. Okay, I thought it said that
Okay.
her accident was 6 months ago, but it
Same
just said that
accident.
she was discharged from the hospital 6 months ago.
Same accident.
All right.
Do you suppose the woman who died in that accident could be?
Your sister.
I believe it was your sister, Mimi Miney.
Mimi.
You were riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Nice. Full heal.
Fully healed.
Ew.
Please never say sister in your Korakio voice. You mean sister?
No.
Oh god.
No.
Yes, tell me about your
Stop.
sister.
Anybody could have killed
I just
her.
remembered why that was. I just remembered why you wanted me to not do that. I'm sorry.
Wait, why?
Yeah,
Don't.
Yeah.
I was riding in that car with my sister. We were like on our way home. Hear this sad music. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. Oof.
Like, ow.
Like, that hurt.
And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed for my purse and escaped from the passenger side door.
And your sister?
I couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke and I couldn't see anything.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Dr. Gray.
Dr. Gray.
Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills?
He was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, pay my sister back.
I wonder. This does give Eni a really good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray.
It seems simple, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
But it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible.
What?
I think you get the picture. I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it.
What just happened? Well, that was ominous.
Okay. Bye, I guess.
We're gonna have to pass her on the way back too.
Oh, fancy seeing you here again.
Maybe the channeling chamber. Now that we've had that conversation.
No?
What?
Is there something else we need to present to her?
Outside? Yeah, here we go.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, it's June.
No.
Finally, it's June.
Shit, dude.
Looks like something's up.
What's up?
Well, Hopper.
Stop! Stop! Leave my mother alone!
Now, wait, hold on now, pal. I'm not gonna hurt you.
I'm gonna kick you in the chins!
Please, dear, it's perfectly all right.
She nearly killed us earlier. Don't mess with her.
I will be out for a short while with this young man.
Oh no.
Mother, please, let me go too!
No, you must stay here and protect the manor.
What?
Ah, don't make that face. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Here, look at my... Oh, detective! Do not upset me further. Sorry,
Can't believe Gumshoe tried to show her the gun twice. Poor Gumshoe, being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Ow.
Mother!
Hey, Pearls! How you doing?
Ah!
Aww.
This has never happened before.
Pearls.
Mr. Nick,
Yeah.
I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared.
Say something, Phoenix. Anything. I'm terrible at this.
I'm guessing that this day is gonna end pretty soon.
Yes, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Foil.
Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya?
She'll be all right. I think I've gathered enough evidence.
Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her.
Yeah, but I can't just leave you here all alone either.
I'll be fine. Mystic Maya needs you by your side.
Her stare is really piercing. Ugh. Okay, if you're sure, Pearl. Why don't we bring her with us? Why not?
I don't wanna.
You don't wanna?
Oh, Jay.
What?
So I haven't been looking at my computer screen since I've been doing got all this new stuff.
Yeah?
But somehow there is no lag anymore.
What?
Oh.
Oh, between
like-
OBS and the
The computer.
game? Oh.
Great.
Yeah.
Well,
Should have happened earlier than that. But good to
Yeah,
know.
because when we first started the new capture card, there was still some. It went from like 1 second of delay to like a half second, and now
Yeah.
it's like
Huh.
maybe a few milliseconds.
That's
Did
what I
you-
expected. 'Cause using that
Oh, you know why? It's
driver-
probably because Parsec's using less CPU.
That
Also
might be
true.
it.
Also true, yeah.
All right,
back to Maya?
that might be. I guess.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're almost done.
Bye,
Back
Pearl.
to the hottie clinic.
It is.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
He kept me waiting, Phoenix.
Sorry to keep you
Uh-oh.
waiting.
Mia!
So, how are the preparations?
I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think.
Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear.
No.
If memory serves, Mia had a few cyclocks of her own. Mia, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now.
Sure. I welcome you to try.
Oh damn.
Why?
Oh damn.
Come on, Phoenix. We don't have time to be looking at things like this. What?
No,
What?
Mia.
Oh.
Do we need to talk first? Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
we
guess
need to
so.
talk to her again. Okay.
Mia.
Yes?
You know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean. Okay,
Yeah.
there it is.
Oh, 3 of them.
Ooh.
Why do you think so?
It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets.
It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning.
Yeah, a battle of wits against Mia. Ugh.
I'll ask her about this thing. There's still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow.
You mean like how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray?
Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started.
Which means that the murderer must have gone into that room before the channeling.
And that's what I think in any case.
But Maya's already said there wasn't anyone else there.
That's true. But if we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're stuck like a beached whale. I never thought I'd see this day. Are you actually asking me about spirit channeling?
This case is all about spirit channeling. And I feel like I don't understand a thing about it.
Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling was something our ancestor, Mystic Ami Fey, acquired.
I've heard that name before.
The Fey family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Ami was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because, you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism, Amitabha. Probably butchered that. Amitabha?
Sure.
Amitabha?
That would be my
Maybe.
guess.
To this day, her soul is still sealed in the Kurain sacred urn. It usually sits in the Winding Way and has her name written on it.
Yeah, yep.
About
Oh.
that.
Oh, come on, Phoenix. This is a fairy tale.
Good. I'm glad that that's how you feel.
It's Amitabha? Okay.
Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too?
Alright.
Magatama time!
My junk.
It's time.
The Moira.
Moira. Phoenix, you think I'm hiding information about someone from you? Isn't that right?
Yes.
Alright then. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. Oh. Who is she protecting? Probably either Maya or Pearl.
It's Gumshoe!
I could think of a third option.
A third option? Morgan? Those are the only people that she, like, really knows from this case.
It's
Hottie.
Yeah, it's Hottie.
It's Hottie.
Yes.
No,
What do you guys think?
I'm not sure.
Hottie is secretly Misty.
Or is Misty secretly Hottie?
Hmm.
Didn't think about that, did you?
Did not.
Yeah.
You get to pick randomly.
I'm gonna guess Pearl?
Pearl makes sense.
Not
I
her.
think you're trying to protect this person.
Nope.
Nope. Phoenix, don't let me down like this.
We're
Jeez.
gonna.
I'm sorry.
Maya's life is on the line. Concentrate harder. Can't save.
No,
Mia's especially strict today.
we're probably gonna heal afterwards
So,
anyways.
have you gathered your thoughts? Tell me who you think. Okay, so what is going on here? Because she's not telling us. What is she not telling us? Why was she...
Who did something wrong, do you think?
Probably
Morgan.
Morgan. Yeah. Yeah.
Morgan Fay, of course. There's no one else you would protect like this, Mia.
Well done. But while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else. Which means she already has an alibi. So at this point, she's basically going to give us the tools we need to say that Morgan was an
Involved.
accessory.
Oh.
She was an, yeah, she was an accessory.
That's true.
Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. Evidence, suspicion, aunt. The key?
Presents
The
her
cloth
again.
scrap?
Have you met this woman? She's very suspicious.
Just by nature.
Yeah.
The cloth scrap?
Yeah.
More
I
th-
think so.
I think more than this cloth scrap.
The key?
Yeah, it might
Okay, the key. Yeah.
My evidence is this black key. At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key. And yet somehow it magically ended up in the incinerator of the magic garden, in the center garden. Magic?
The secret
Hmm.
garden. You're right.
There's only one person who could have done that while I was busy calling the police. The person taking care of Maya, Morgan. What's that look mean?
Your argument is too flimsy.
Huh?
When did the key find its way into the incinerator? It could have happened long after the murder happened.
Long after.
Someone could have found the key somewhere and dumped it into the incinerator.
But that's...
That prosecutor would use something this small to shred your case. Do you have something other than just the key to cast suspicion on Morgan?
maybe
The
now the
burgundy
cloth?
sleeve?
Leon's cuff.
Sleeve.
The
Yeah, I would say
sleeve.
the claw.
Sleeve.
Yeah, we never took this to the precinct.
Sleeve.
This is the other piece of evidence that points to Morgan as the culprit. I also found this in the garden incinerator. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splash of blood.
But this piece may not even be from Maya's costume.
But this is what Maya told me.
Maya.
Yeah, Maya.
It's Maya.
While I was
Yeah.
channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve. And both the key and this piece of
Oh, and
No.
now it's Nick. Oh, I guess it's
Oh.
been Nick the whole time.
Oh, okay, sure.
Oh.
And both the key and this piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Also, that picture is... I never noticed how low his glasses were on his face in that picture. It's pretty amusing. Which means that this piece of cloth was part of Maya's costume.
But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume.
That just means someone changed her clothes.
Changed her clothes? But why?
I don't know why. But there is only one person who could have done that.
Wait. She has blood on the inner part of the outfit, the white part. Did Maya have a blood splatter on the white part of her costume?
Who knows?
Do we
Can you
know?
bring-
you can check it for details. You can check the outfit for details.
But this is just the purple part.
Oh, so it is.
I mean, like, when the police took Maya in, was there
It
only
sh-
blood on the purple part?
It looks like there would have been blood on the inside too.
Yeah, it ends pretty
But
cleanly on
I'm
the
saying
edge.
is, if if this person murdered Gray and got blood all over herself, and then they changed the outer purple part of the costume with Maya, but kept the white part.
I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense. Only one person who could have done that. Who could it have been?
The one person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. But the bullet hole. You did very well, Phoenix.
Thank you.
As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi.
Yeah, she was with us the whole time.
Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me, but I want to know. If my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder?
How she did it, huh?
I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need?
Accomplices.
Box?
An accomplice
Maybe.
first. I'm gonna start with an accomplice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Eeny Miny. She's the answer to the final question.
Which means that my aunt and Eeny Miny.
We're in cahoots.
Not
Cahoots. Healed. You're healed!
I heal you. The Moidua! Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. A person would have to know a lot about Fey Manor and the village itself to do this.
But Morgan already has an alibi.
Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eenie Miney is involved somehow.
But we have one big problem on our hands.
A problem? With what?
We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? And why would she have to? Also, we don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Eenie. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh?
I mean, based on what Morgan said, it was never, for her, it was never about Dr. Gray, it was about framing Maya and getting her kicked out of the village.
Yeah. Pearl shall be the leader, the ruler.
Yep.
But then she broke the urn and be banished, so oops.
I don't know if she knows that.
Yes.
Then there was only one possibility.
Huh?
Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion?
Because...
Mother. She is the one who holds the key to this.
Mother? Whose? Mine? Phoenix.
Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Faye.
Mia and Maya's mother. Why would she bring her up now?
Phoenix, you idiot. Now then. Looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then.
Right, Chief. We won't lose.
I know how
To
to
be
continue.
Continued.
Yeah,
Next time on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Oh, we almost ended
Charles-
420.
Almost.
Damn.
Oh.
So
Justice
ignore that.
for all.
But I know how to pin it on Meanie.
Yeah?
Ask her to open her damn eyes.
Oh.
Oh.
She never opens her eyes, so you can't see their shape.
But
Alright.
if she
Goes crazy
admits
eyes.
to oh, it's June, by the way. If she admits to being able to open her eyes, then she can't possibly be.
Yeah.
Wait. I forget where I was going with that.
Yeah. All right.
Next time, will
Well,
it still be June? Who knows?
I mean, we
I
already.
guess.
I see it's June, but will it stay June forever?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I'm glad I got
It was June soups.
June soup.
June
Yes.
soups.
June soup.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. See you tomorrow for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Uh-oh.